All right, good morning, everybody. If you can hear me and if the mic sounds good, if you could hit that number 1, that would be good. And if you can hear me and if the mic sounds good, hit that number 1. Oh, there we go. Gregory, Maddie, Mitmont, Arslan, I don't know. Do we have a little bit of delay here or not? I'm not sure. I always like to get 5 number 1. So we get one more 1, please, so I can have full confidence that the mic sounds good, especially when the fan's currently on. All right, cool. Couple more 1s. Very good. Thank you. Thank you. All right, very quickly, for those of you that watch this in the archive, thank you very much. But also to be upfront with you, this is completely viewer supported, and the best way to support the stream is to save yourself some money at the same time. So if you use any of these prop firms, then whatever these prop firms' current promotions, current deals, and discounts are, code CLAY, which is case sensitive, so it's got to be all caps. So all caps, code CLAY. Will give you whatever that discount is, and at the same time, as you save money, you will, like I said, be helping to support the stream. So everybody that has used it, thank you very much. For everybody that is here live right now, thank you, especially as you guys are the reason why this remains ad-free and why I show up Monday through Friday, day in and day out. So I appreciate it. You guys are making a difference. And we currently have some house stuff going on too. For those of you not aware, we are currently in the middle of building a house, and because it's a custom home, like every little detail needs to be questioned and decided upon. So just all right. Sorry. Bad timing for the the text to be coming in. Anyways, good morning. Officially, it is, what is today? Thursday, August 6th. The year is 2026, and another crazy start. Cooked longs on the open, and then cooked shorts on the bounce back up that turned. It went to a V-shaped pattern and went into a massive check mark pattern. So. So let's just start off really quickly. What is a V-shape? So the V-shape reversal is where something essentially goes straight down and then comes straight back up. So right there is the V. But then the check mark is where not only does it go up and, return to where it started, it just keeps going. So yeah. Down, and then there, essentially is the check mark. So yeah. And now we're getting potentially a pullback here, which I am interested in. At the VWAP right there, so let's see if we can play this pullback. But hopefully you're all off to a good start. And you're sorry. There's just a lot going on right now. My mind is not, I'll admit, not fully in this right now. Just well, what's going on, Clay? Talk to your mind. Doorknobs and hinges. Say that again. Yeah, doorknobs and hinges. Trying to figure out what these colors are supposed to be. So yeah. Oh, building the custom home where you need to consider not only the type of hinges, not only the type of doorknobs, but what color. So it is what it is, though. We'll get it figured out. But I'm pretty sure this will be this is the first and will probably be the last time I ever want to build a custom home. True. First world problems, indeed. Oh, come on. You just needed to go down a little bit further. You got at least, I got at least 4 more. Oh boy. I think the learning lesson here for us was we should have brought in an interior designer sooner than what we did. So if you're doing a custom home, I think what we've learned is there is great value in an interior designer. So, yeah, that's, I think maybe if I can pass along the one lesson that we'll probably come away with is, you know, and the nice thing is interior designers, it's like, well, even if it's like our custom home is going to be very basic. I think we would still get one. Then your bill from the interior designer should be pretty basic. Like it shouldn't be anything crazy. But man, there are so many small little decisions. There are different types of hinges. Yeah. From a different color perspective. So just from a color standpoint, there are different types of hinges because there are different types of colors. Hey, good morning, Ace. I work in new home construction, by the way. Good morning. Any questions? Thanks, Brian. Yeah, I think we're all set now. It's just we're just doing the logistics of it right now. Drywall continues to go in. I got to get over there. And check out the drywall. But yeah, drywall is this currently going on this week, and then yeah, we're starting to get towards those finishes. So it makes sense why the trim guy's starting to reach out more to us. Hey, good morning, Ronnie. But how are all your days going? Enough about I just want to explain why if I seem a little aloof right now, that is why that those texts showed up like like at the worst possible time. Here we go. Newest one. So this would be a situation where you should talk to the interior designer, period. If Steven's supplier does not have what you want, comma, I'm sure she has a supplier somewhere that can get what you want, period. Check to make sure they don't cover up electrical so you're still in the rough stage of the home. I mean, yeah, we were until Monday when drywall started to go up. Hey, there he is, Hyundai. Good to see you. Crap. All right. Man, I forgot I had that order out there. Hey, good morning, Evan. Thank you to all who. Yeah, how long is that open for? I wanna. How long is that going for, Nathan? I don't know. You might have to email me again. I got this is just like the latest. Like, there's so much in my mind right now. Like, just so I totally forgot. I'll be brutal. I forgot, but there's a million things going on right now. What color are y'all painting your? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Some kind of I don't know. I don't know. That's not my department. All I know is there is there is a slit. Okay, probably more than a sliver, not a lot, but there is a little bit. So this is just me kind of explaining and how you just have to be very self-aware as a trader. So like always be questioning like quote unquote real life. So like in some senses, just for explanation's sake, this is not necessarily real life. Like I'm talking to people around the world. It's very bizarre. This is not necessarily real life, but it is real life because these are real results. But like outside of your trading, what I'm trying to get is just be honest with yourself. And right now, there's definitely some stress that has entered into my life with this current conversation that is going on. Yeah, it might be worth setting up with. It might be worth setting up a meeting with him and Laura, period, just to see where the current status of things is at and what needs to still be figured out. Get everybody on the same page. So, anyways, like I'm saying, and like I'm doing with a little, some stress has entered my life in my real life. So I've got to be very careful that this does not now lead into my trading. And I'm not going to use it as an excuse if it does, because it's my own fault. Because if it does happen, well then I've let it happen. But like I'm just saying, I need to be careful. So if I got to cancel this out, I just forgot about it again. Anyways, so yeah. So that's kind of where I'm currently at right now. A little bit of real life stress has entered. Not a lot, because it's not like it's not. But again, I'm a former process engineer. I had it drilled into my head: efficiency, efficiency, efficiency. And right now, when things start to potentially crumble from an efficiency standpoint, it stresses me out. I know some of you are like, Clay, dude, relax. And you know what? You're probably right. But that's just not me. I am. Yeah. Kazooks. Someday when you move out of your mom's basement and you build your custom home, you're going to realize that something as silly as doorknobs can start to throw off a timeline. By the way, that's not me taking a pot shot at him. He literally lives in his mom's basement, and he's very upfront about that. Okay, well, never got the pullback here. Was wanting to pull back to that area, did not get it. I don't know. I really hope this is not the case. But are we starting to form some sort of sideways channel here? Ideally, just give us a breakout. But yeah, this could be the start of maybe a bigger sideways channel. Pick Brian. Why did you delete that, Zooks? You don't have to delete that. I mean, you can continue to display your. By the way, Zooks, your ignorance. I was just like you. T minus, I don't know, 5 months ago. I was quite ignorant about all this. If let me put it this way, if I knew what I know now, I would have gotten an interior designer 4 months ago. So I assure you, Zooks, you were quite ignorant. And I'm sure I'm still very ignorant. That's what's the problem with ignorance. Like when you actually are honest about ignorance and you understand what ignorance is, you're like, holy crap, what else am I ignorant about? Oh, life. Good old life. You need some song in your life today. I need some. Yeah, I need something. I need something. Right. You don't know what you don't know. You're not too late for a designer. You know, Brian? Yeah, like I said, drywall is officially going up right now. And my wife just finally realized, Clay, this is. I can't. I got 6 kids. We homeschool. School is about to start back up. There's a million decisions. I probably should have realized this earlier, so sorry for that. But like, I can't. My brain. I'm like, all right, fine. Interior designer. Again, Zooks. Just if only it were so simple, Zooks. If only it were so simple. So go ahead, crack open that can of SpaghettiOs. Hopefully it's SpaghettiOs with meatballs. Don't put it in the microwave because it's tin. Put it in a glass bowl, then put it in the microwave. You warm up those SpaghettiOs, and you just enjoy those SpaghettiOs, Zooks. Nice job, Larry. Okay, well, Brian, that makes me feel better. That makes me feel better. And this interior designer, she's got some pretty good reviews. Um, so I think she can move relatively rapidly. But yeah, yeah. Again, the goal is to be in there by Thanksgiving. So now, as somebody that is competitive by nature, like I just want to get it done, right? Because that's like a goal. And as a goal oriented person, as many of you are, if there's a timeline, well, then now we have something in the sand of kind of success or failure in a sense. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We have the cabinets figured out. Don't do handle doors, do knobs. I mean, I don't know. I think a lot of the stuff is I'm gonna do this. Maybe you're right, Michael, but I don't know. At this point, there's only so much I can research, right? I'm sure we've gotten some things wrong, and like everything in life, you know. And so, for example, here I can say, hey, what's the best size account? And we're gonna get 8 million reasons on why the 25K is great, why the 25K sucks, why the 150K is amazing, no, why the 150K is actually not good. That applies to anything, right? Archery. Oh no, Matthews bows are garbage. You got to go with Hoyt. No, 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 those are over. It's just everything, and I assume that's in the world of doorknobs too. Everybody's got an opinion on everything, believe it or not. I don't know why knobs. She wants an old farm. I don't know. What did old farmhouses have? That'll answer the question. I think old farmhouses had knobs, so that's why. I have one kid in homeschool. Oh, nice. But I also work full time. Homeschooling is on its own full time job, but hoping to see it. Yeah, yeah. There's a lot that goes into it. Well, I mean, like you're just putting up drywall and you want to move in by Thanksgiving. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, nobody has pushed back and told me it's crazy. Maybe it is crazy, but as of now, um, people are like, yeah, no, the trim guy. So the trim guy who's handling the trim, the floor, um, like we're doing some shiplap, that sort of stuff. He had on the books. He was wanting to get started right around mid August. So we're right online, and I mean he's got a crew of guys, and he's like, I'm going to be married to this thing for a while. So he's locked and loaded. So I don't know. We'll see. So yeah, we'll see what happens though. Yeah, and then bear. Yeah, exactly. But that's everything in life, right? So that's just it's one of those things where, and I appreciate all the input, by the way, I do. But at the same time, like I appreciate it, but if I'm also bluntly honest, I don't know if I necessarily care because at some point, like I can't, you can't. I mean, I guess you can, but I just don't have the desire, or brain power, or time to like literally research out like and build like financial models and flow charts and spreadsheets about what actually is better, knobs or handles. Because even, like, well, one breaks more often. Okay, well, even if I assume that's the case and they break and I have to buy a new one, like the cost of replacing that, like what is that versus the time that I might need to spend to figure out what actually is, right? It's just a time and money thing. So even if I'm wrong and we go with the wrong doorknob and that some of them break and I have to spend money, okay, well, okay, fine, fine, fine. So, but again, did you have a super running it? Or are you running it? Like a general contractor. I have a general contractor running it, but I'm also it's like a kind of a partnership type thing. Because I told the GC I'm not interested in the cost plus model where like he just adds 20, 15, 20%, 25% onto everything. I'm like, no, I do real estate investing. I've never built a custom home, but I do real estate investing. So like, and I'm an engineer by degree. Not that I'm a genius, but I think I'm smart enough. I could figure out like a flow chart and how to get things done. So to me, it's like, well, that'll take longer. Yeah, maybe so, but there's a lot of cost savings in not having to pay 15, 20, 25% on top of everything that it costs. So he just, so we worked out a deal where it's nothing like that. There's not a huge price difference. Right, exactly. So that's exactly the point, Brian, that it's like, okay. What? Okay, I'll deal with that later. All right, here we go. I'm going for it long here. I am long. We have the previous session closed. We have the 21 EMA here. So let's see if we can get a bounce up off of this area. There we go. Take a little scalpy scalp there. Just get my feet wet. Yeah, well, I guess we're going for the best case scenario then. But we have done a lot of planning, and people, when they show up, they bring their full crew, so they knock stuff out pretty quick. So we'll see. Hey, Malt. Hello, hello. First time, not on time. I noticed that, Kevin. Hey, JP. Sorry if I missed some of your messages. You guys are doing a great job. This is very active. This is good, but yeah, we're the goal is to celebrate Thanksgiving there. Hey, crude oil. I think you're more than right for a scalp there. Yeah. Well, in hindsight, I left on the table, but I'm just just want to get a trade under my belt. I know. I'm always. What do you mean? What you mean? People aren't always green? I didn't know it was possible for these numbers to not be green. Huh? Learned something today. What? Some of you guys have. Some of you guys. These numbers are red for you. Really? Oh, that's interesting. Clay, are you loss? Law? Yeah. How do you? How do you even say that word? Loss? I think that's how you say it. Los? Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not familiar with that word. Los. Yeah, I don't. What is a los? I don't know. Well, I mean, I've heard like of a red apple, but like I didn't know these numbers could be red. They're always green for me. I don't know. It's weird. Yeah, could be. Like if you trade baboon concepts, red number. Like what is it? What is a red number? Oh yeah, sorry. How to overcome loss aversion to keep losses small. Well, you just have. This is where gathering statistics, I think, can help out. Huh? Oh, that's weird. Anyways, because if you have statistics, and sometimes statistics is just experience. So for me, I mean, it was more experience. Like you kind of just reach a point where you're like, if I just freaking keep these numbers small, like it actually works out. So some people, okay, I can't. This could be a double top here. Some people get to that through actual statistics where you realize man, like keeping the losses small with what I'm doing with my strategy and rules, like it actually works out. So if you can really come to that realization that small losses actually work, then it's just like, okay, by doing this thing that I don't want to do, aka small loss, because I have this baseline I'm comparing it to and I'm trusting, it's actually the right thing to do. So that can help make it easier. Or over experience, kind of the route I took was like, when you continue to get punched in the face because you don't keep losses small, you're like, I've been here, but because eventually you're going to have enough data, this sort of data. We're going to be able to do this game. What if I had just kept that small like I should have? And then you compare it to your data set and you're like, wow. So here, maybe I can show you like an example. Let's see. Maybe, because this is a good question. Ruined month. Let's see here. Okay, let's see. Do I show? No. I don't even know if this. Oh man, good. Oh boy, these are results from 2009. Yes, I've been trading for a while. Okay, so here we. Okay. So like it's okay, so it's stuff like this. It's stuff like this. So here's some results from back in 2015. Can you guys see them? There we go. So, and again, this is when I use my own cash, blah, blah, blah. So it's just like you get this sort of data and you're like, doggone it. And you look at a day like that right there. And you're like, Clay, had I just kept that loss where it should have been, then wow, I mean, it would have been that much better of a month. I would have not wiped. I mean, think about that. This one trade here, and I'm totally making this up. This trade happened. Full disclaimer: this trade happened like 11 years ago. So I'm sorry if I'm not remembering this trade from like 11 years ago. But it was probably supposed to be, I don't know, like a $500 ish loss. So that means my extended loss was $2,500. So that one thing wiped away what, about 4 days, maybe 5 days. That one thing wiped away 5 days of gains. It's just like, at what point am I going to stop doing that? So, but I said, if you are good with back testing up front, and back testing has its flaws, but like, even so, back testing can kind of reveal, if you just keep losses small, good things can happen. So that's one way if you can collect up front, or you kind of just have to do this sort of thing, experiential, where you just reflect back and you're like, man, and it's not like that's the first time. I mean, like I said, I'm an idiot, so I've done this many times, and I still, I'll still have my moments, but that's where prop firms really shine, because nowadays my moments are actually very, 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 very minimal because of the way prop firm math works. See, it's been around a long time. Do I ever lose money? Like the accusation I'm scamming because like I hide losses. It's nothing new, folks. It is nothing new. I don't even know what I talked about in this video, but oh yeah, this is where I literally tell people how to use my site, and I'm like, go to my site and search for lost, lose, red, loser, and you will see plenty of times where I talk about losing money. Gambling. Is this, let's see. Okay, so then right here's one where it's like, people are like, trading's gambling. I'm like, okay, if trading is gambling, I'm not quite sure. I must be very lucky. How do I have an entire month of green? If something is gambling, you would think that there would be at least some like red in there. So some green, doesn't really prove anything, but like, I don't know. Again, to be fair, maybe I got super, super lucky that entire month. But yeah, so this was back in 2017. But point being, no, trading is not gambling. Well, Corey, that's photoshopped. Yeah, I know. Some people you're never going to convince of anything, so it is what it is. I wanted to find like another one where frustrating. Let's see, what's this? Okay, here's another one. Right here, that 1 month. I'm sorry, that 1 day. Like, what am I doing? That clearly should have been a smaller loss, right? What does that mean? Minus 22, minus 65. So yeah, that one here, I'm sorry this happened 9 years ago. So I'm sorry that I don't remember the context from this month 9 years ago. But very clearly, that loss was way bigger than it should have been. And then you start to think, man, an extra, $600-700 would have been nice on top of that. So it's just, so that's the kind of experimental stuff that I think can help. Is you either ideally you do it up front. Up front, you just realize from the get go, dang, just keeping losses small. It's actually a good thing. It will help you out. But yeah, I was not in that case. I'm the one that's like, I gotta continue to get punched in the face and then look back and play the what if game. What if I just kept that small? Dang, those results would have been a lot better. So there you go. Why is that one guy? That's crazy. Let's see. Just hide that user. So there you go. Did that make sense, people? I don't know. Does that make sense? Kind of. Good. It makes sense. No, that type of money is today is the value menu in the drive-through, though. That type of money today is the value menu in the drive. What type are you? Wait, what? Are you making fun of my results? Is no soup dogging my results? Where'd my water go? Well, kind of. Slot machine playing is gambling, even if you know what you're doing, right? You know what I mean? Yeah, exactly. What keeping the West wild? Exactly. Well, he is exactly right. But I mean, there is a lot in there too, which he's absolutely right. Think about it. There is always a point on the chart where your thesis is invalidated. Well, that does require a thesis, aka that does require a strategy. And part of that strategy should tell you where something is invalidated. Which, that's a challenge. That is what I just said. That's why trading's hard. That's part of strategy building. That's part of all of that. What is your thesis? Part of the thesis, how do I know when my thesis, where I got to wave the white flag and say that it's wrong? Okay, yeah, there's a lot that goes into that. But then on top of that, like you said, then you need to accept it. Woo! And that's where the voice is. That's I think, the ultimate hard part. You have this strategy, you have these theses. I think that's the right word. Thesi. Anyways, it doesn't matter. And then, but there still does have the problem of, okay, you're wrong. Are you going to accept it? Oh, boy. Props, yes. At least I see that one. So, yeah, very good discussion there. But that is, I mean, those are, as far as I'm aware, those are kind of the two choices. If you can pull it off get some stats ahead of time during strategy building and stuff like that, and then really, 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 truly trust those statistics and trust the fact that if you just keep losses, the way they should be, then, yeah, it can work out. Yeah, that's good, no soup. In futures, $100 you can turn into 530 seconds. Yeah. Clay got cooked yesterday, entered long, and a candle instantly dropped. Oh, yeah. Sorry to hear that, John. Yesterday was, well, even today. Today, there were some people that were cooked, both on the long. If you were bullish to start things off for whatever reason and undisciplined, that cooked you. And then if you got short, and I can understand why, it was already trending down, and then it seemed like here's the strength. So anybody that was looking to try to play kind of the bounce up, thinking it'd just be a fake bounce and roll back over again, totally valid. I almost got cooked. I started small with one NQ, added another NQ, added, and then there what you can't see it now, but there was a moment where this thing pulled back, and on that pullback, that's where I hopped out, and that was that was one of my better trades. Because in hindsight, at the time, had it kept going down, I would not be saying that was one of my better trades. I'd be saying, dang, I left a lot on the table. But in hindsight, yeah, I played that one very well. But yes, this actually came from a short during the V-shape. As bizarre as that sounds, my gains came from getting short during the V-shape, move back up. But it's not like it literally went straight up. There were some pullbacks along the way. What's up, Clay? Tried to long the morning, took an L, funny skip, and then went straight to winner, took it with it, and that was oh yeah, that can be trading for sure. All right, we are getting a pullback here. I'm gonna all right. Let's see, what is this? 73 is the 21 EMA and the 5-minute. So I'm going to look for that. So this looks kind of random here on the 2-minute, but on the 5-minute, this is actually the 21 EMA. But it might just bounce right off the 50. All right. Well, I guess I could have taken a scalp right off the 50 SMA right there. Are you still long? No. If I was in a position, one of these numbers down here would be fluctuating around. That's how you can tell if I'm in a position or not. Okay, maybe. There's a bit of a night. Not there. I am long. There we go. Little scalpy scalp there. Little scalpy scalp. May bounce off the 21 EMA 5-minute. That's literally what I was just discussing there, Evan. So I agree. And it did indeed bounce right off that area. To bring that over. And see right here. There it was. Slight move below it, and then a nice little bounce up off it. So happy with that one. Exactly. There's that. That's right. I mean, yeah, there's that manipulation. I mean, to be fair, like Bowser would probably call that manipulation. Oh, look at that manipulation off the 21 EMA, which is many of us here would just say, okay, well, we would just say, well, there's that price action bounce off the 21 EMA. So that's where some people, they just choose to use different words instead of calling something price action like I would, like many of you would. They just substitute in the word manipulation. It's like, okay, well, call it whatever you want at the end of the day. Because they would say the same thing. Well, I have to watch the chart so I can try to figure out what the manipulation is or what it's going to be. It's like, okay, well, we're doing the same thing. We're watching the chart to figure out what the price action is or what the price action is going to be type thing. So, yes, we could call that, though. It would probably make me sound smarter, though, wouldn't it? Like, if I just called things manipulation and then I had a winning trade, there would kind of be that built-in implication that I'm super smart because I knew what the manipulation was. Like, I had some sort of inside track. So, I mean, it's no coincidence why certain people call things manipulation. If I was trying to build a cult, I'd probably call things manipulation. Today was good, though. I undershorted it. All right, good, John. Glad you're having a better day here. We're not really making up words. Well, I mean, kind of. We're just calling things different things. If we're calling up words, look at the disappearing magic trick. Now you see, yeah, that's true. Yeah, agreed. Keeping the West wild. 100% agree. All right, I will look for another long down here. Yes, there is that knife catching element to it, but I don't think it's not like it's a degenerate, random, no thought behind it knife catch. I mean, the VWAP is sitting right there. Over here on here, let me just show you. So on the 5-minute, not only do we have the VWAP right there, we also have the 200 period SMA. We have a low right here. So potential bounce off that area. So a lot of congestion right here for support. Does that guarantee it will bounce? Does that guarantee it ultimately will be a support and produce a bounce? No, there are no guarantees. But is that an area that there seems to be an edge for a bounce? Yes, I believe there to be an edge right there. No, it's true though. You could call things like magic tricks. There's my money, and there it's gone. But some of you have informed me that the way Bowser talks, he's been hanging around a certain individual, and this individual kind of runs a cult. And the way he was using a lot of the lingo that his cult leader uses, where it's just like, okay, I mean, you're saying the same thing we are. You're just choosing to use the word manipulation because it helps back up your cult leader's theory that everything, it's all a big conspiracy. And it's gone. Yeah, yeah, I guess you probably could call that like sometimes the market goes into magician mode and it's just like there's your money. There, now it's gone. What? Ta-da! Like the Family Guy skit on investing. I don't think I've seen that one. See what I'm I sort of want to be down here. So if we picture this is the volume profile, and if you picture them as mountains, I don't know. I kind of like being down around the mountain peak area better. But then we have the VWAP right. So yeah. Hey, Wes, good to see you. Yeah, I've seen that, and it's gone. That's a pretty famous one. That's one of those where I don't even think you have to like watch South Park to understand that one. That's just so fitting for us in the financial world that I think most people have seen that one. All right, are you not going to drop down a little bit further? Okay, now I'm tempted for a long right here if it comes back down. Hey, what's up, Nero? Yeah, MJ, that whole thing, it truly is the epitome of a sucker is born every minute. It really is. Like there is so much stuff that's like, how do you not see? How do you not like, huh? And the easiest way, because I think what he would say is, well, I don't trade live on live stream because then my stops will get hunted because I'm so big. So if I publicly put them out there, then like they're going to get hunted, which is clever because that way when he ever has a losing trade, he just says, see? So that's why I can't do it live. But it's like, even that in of itself, he is hinging on ignorance. What point of ignorance? He's hinging on the fact that he could use a mental stop. He could just say, okay, I'm not going to put in a hard stop, aka I'm not going to lock a stop into the system, but I'm going to identify an area on the chart where if that area is hit, then I'll press the get out button, aka a mental stop. So that leaves him either, but now he could say, yeah, Clay, but I'm so big, the market makers have technology that will read my mind. So even that doesn't work. It's like, okay. And the sad thing is there would still be some morons that believe that. But, so yeah, the mere fact that he uses that, my stop will get hunted, he's taking advantage of the ignorant people that don't understand there's this nuance of hard stops versus mental stops. So like he is literally feasting on idiots, right? People that don't understand the totality of trading. And that's just a little nuance there that he used as an excuse apparently to not live stream anything, you know? Yeah, we are Virgil. Does it offend you? No, I'm just trying to help people maybe see that their mentor is a complete fraud. But and why and why his excuse of why he won't trade live or place trades live actually doesn't make any sense. Right, that'd be other conclusion. Like if you want to if you want to go with yeah, but the market makers have technology that can read my mind, then yeah, that's where that then yeah, I can't even think of a stop. Like there is no stop. It's just like okay, ridiculous. Very offended. Oh, good. Then I succeeded. I'm here to offend people. Greg is long. Okay, well, Greg knows. Greg should know that we do three numbers around here, not just yell out long. Yeah, I mean, no, Stu. Let's calm down to the logic, okay? Let's calm down. You're being a little too logical. You're thinking a little too many steps ahead. You've thought like one step ahead, but that is too many for his following. Thinking of a short here. Yep, I'm gonna try a short if it wants to come back down. Well, never mind. We just decided to go straight up. Okay. Now I'm gonna try it here. Looking for a short at the red line. So if that red line turns blue, I'm in. Thank you, Greg. I'm in. Maybe I just got suckered in. We'll see. Come on. Ooh. All right, out there. All right, that one didn't work out. Love those ones. Come down, fill ya, and they're like, nope, we're done going down. It happens. Trucking, that's good. Who are we talking about? I don't even want to say the guy's name. It's I don't want to say. Just hang around these parts and you'll be fine. That could yeah, you should write that script and sell it. I think somebody would buy it. The mind reading tech, yeah, probably does. You're right, Eric. It would already exist. Yeah, can't win them all. Oh, now it comes back down. That's right. That's what I mean. That's what I mean, Post. You're right. Exactly why I think people that are not using prop firms. Let me put it this way: if you're a battle hardened veteran, I still think you should do props. But like if you have an account that you use, okay, fine, you're a battle hardened veteran. But like new people that are like, no, I'm new, I'm not gonna do props. I don't want. It's like, per your point, yeah, that $200 went by relatively quickly. And when new people are putting even a few thousand into an account, it's like I don't think you realize how quick that 3,000 could go bye bye. Well, in order to have a mental win, though, it's got to go to your target. And at that point, because it's at your target, you would click the get out button. So you there would be nothing to call your broker about. Oh man, that was I got play. That's what we call. Sometimes the market is your fiddle. Other times you get played. And I got played like a fiddle there. Wow. Right, exactly, MJ. If you're a great trader, then I mean you should definitely do in props because you can scale with copy trading. Yes, that is who I'm talking about. I need his cult members to realize his reasoning on why he doesn't live stream or anything like that is feasting on those that don't understand the intricacies of a stop loss. Man. All right. Wow. Dang. That just continues to rub salt in the wound. If you're just getting here, I got short like right here. It came back down, got short, then it popped back up and enough where it's like, all right, I got to get out. And then after I got out, I'm on a full on orchestra today. I'm on a full on orchestra today. That's either a typo or that's yeah. I don't get it, John. I'm gonna need some clarity. Maybe I'm about to learn a new trading term. All right, going for the long down here. This is great action, by the way. I'm not complaining. I mean, this is good movement. It's nice and fluid. We're not stuck in some sort of 7 point range. That's true. Yeah, my mind was read, Virgil. You are right. Oh, gotcha. Okay. Sorry. So that was a clever thing. I'm sorry. That was good, actually. So that okay, that's a bad day then. If you're like, no, it's not just a fiddle clay. I'm like the orchid. Well, I guess yeah. If you're the maestro, then that means you're having a really good day. But if like the orchestra is against you, then yeah, that's probably the bad day. Oh, that's right. Non-farm payroll. I always want to say non-family payrolls. That's definitely not it though. It's non-farm. Sorry to hear that, John. I don't know. Maybe just take a walk type of day. It sounds like for you. It is trading, but it's also trading to make potentially a worse day even worser. I'm about at wit's end trying this for almost a year and I've blown 20 accounts. Yeah, I mean, 25 accounts in all actuality is, I mean, it's not. As I've showed before, I've blown the equivalent of 44 accounts in one trade before. So, like, I get it. 25 accounts, but, like, it could be a lot. Okay, here we go, maybe. Maybe kind of. All right, I'm going to go down here. I want to go down to the mountain peak over here. So now I'm essentially looking for a fake break of the VWAP here. But if you're staying there at the VWAP, I don't, yeah, maybe, I don't know. I don't know what the right decision is. So I'm just going to try to err on the side of caution. Yeah, I don't understand. I've never looked into that, Jimmy. That's like, why do they parse that out? I'm not sure. Hey, thank you, David. Yeah, hit that like button if you have not yet. It does help. It makes a difference. I do not remind people nearly as much as I used to, but yeah. I'm actually going a little bit below the smooch trade now, Greg, because I want to try to factor this volume profile in a little bit more. But hey, elusive. I don't know. Should I just try the VWAP here? Decisions. Did it go right off that low right? Nope. So even that. Ooh, Duck Soul. Look at that. So a double bottom right now, here, I'll just show you. Let me put the line here. So if I draw this double bottom right there, look at that. Matches up almost perfectly with the, I have to try it there, right? It's guaranteed to bounce there, right? Right? Because guarantees exist. Right? 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 All right, I'm trying it right there. This is not the plan, though. No, I can't. I said I want to do that. Stick with the plan. Again, if you have your order right there, you're trying to play the double bottom VWAP bounce, I'm not calling you crazy at all. I totally see the logic. But I'm going to just attempt the fake break of that area. Just broke through the 21 EMA. Elusive, I think you might be delayed. I'm not sure, Elusive, but by the time you hear this, maybe consider that you're behind by 5-ish minutes or so. Yeah, agreed, Cam. That's definitely a fair point. And before you know it, your stop's at like 600 points. There you go, Nathan. I agreed. I understand the arguments for the other ones, and I'm not saying those other arguments are wrong. But the bigger drawdown, in a weird way, it can be a value. It can be a value. So I think Troy, I think what Big Tick Energy, aka Nathan, I think that's something that might be worth considering. UAP is better for my, yeah, cool. I can see that. I can see how that makes sense. Keeping the West Wild. No, I realize on the 5-minute Elusive. I guess why I thought you might have been delayed. You said just broke through, and in my mind, it's like no, it broke through like 5 minutes ago. It sounds like we have different definitions of just. Like your definition of just is like, well, within 5 minutes ago. My definition of just is like it's essentially happening right now or happened very, very recently. Isn't that weird how trading, like even words like just, it's like that's kind of a gray word. Okay, you are not in the past. That's good. I'm glad you're at this live. V shape incoming. It's incoming or you're hoping, Greg? That sounds like a hope thing. You might have just Darcy'd yourself, though. I think Greg might have just Darcy affected himself. Yeah, V-shape incoming. You say that like it's a guarantee. Oh, okay. Well, your first comment had no punctuation. The power of punctuation. Yes, had that statement, had a question mark. That's not a Darcy effect. We had this discussion yesterday. The power, because there was something where somebody did not put a period, but by them not putting the period, like made a huge difference within the context. Same thing here. So there we go. Okay, I take it back. You meant to put in a question mark. So yeah, fair enough. Is it a V shape? Yeah, could be. Could be. Fair question. Did you see nano equity futures? Well, I did. Yeah, we've had that discussion. To me, they don't make a lot of sense. Even if the commission, like they're definitely not going to make a lot of sense if commissions kind of stay the way they are right now. But even if they fine tune the commissions, I'm not. I will not be doing them. I'll put it that way. I don't have any interest in them. Now, if NQ gets up to 50,000, and every little candle is 30 points, then I could see nanos being valuable. All right, here's maybe. There's got to be at least 7 people in the world that are going to try to this double bottom VWAP bounce here. I was thinking about being person number 8, but I decided to play the fake breakdown. Well, I mean, I'm hoping it's a fake breakdown. No, it was a false alarm, Darcy. He meant to put a question mark in there, so it was not a statement. Sure, that I'm willing to say minimum of 7 people in the world. Might be more, but there's got to be a minimum of 7 that are going to try to this trade right here. Maybe even a couple people here. I don't know. But like I said, I'm going to try the fake breakdown. But if there is no breakdown and it just bounces, well then clearly I was wrong. I could also be wrong if it's a real breakdown, right? If it breaks down and fills me and keeps breaking down, well then it was a breakdown, but it was not a fake one. So I need multiple things. Step 1 for me is it's got to break, and then it's got to get some continuation, and then right there, hopefully that's where it starts being a fake. So I want it to be a real breakdown until right there, and then that's where I want the fake word to kick in, and then back up it goes. Long 520. Okay. So elusive, we're elusive is he's a little bit ahead of me. He's cutting in line, the dirtbag. But yeah, we're both thinking, or I don't know how he would describe it, but looks like we're playing something of the same. All right. Okay, let's see. Can I get, like I said, step 1 for me is a breakdown. Or is it just going to bounce right off that area? Should I be getting long? Oh, it's such a tough decision. Like I said, if you were getting long right there, I don't blame you one bit. Oh, there's your scalpy scalp. Doggone it. He chose poorly. Hey, congrats, any of you. Again, assuming you're a scalpy scalper. Now, if you're going to let it cook more, I mean, you still got, I would assume you need to see at least the green hammer here. But yeah, scalpy scalp was for sure. Congrats. Dang it. Currently, Dina, I'm up 30,000%. Dang it. I was dinking around with my charts, so just saw it. Yeah, no, I mean the 5 minute, like I said, there's plenty of good reason to take that long right there, which is why I said you are perfectly logical. And now the people that are letting it cook, congrats. The power of independent thinking. The power of independent thinking right there. Because an independent thinker would be like, okay, yeah, I agree. No, yeah, that's good call, Clay. I agree. Double bottom. Whoa, Clay. Brother, why do you want to play a fake breakdown? Just play the double bottom. Yeah, Clay, I agree with this, but I disagree with playing the fake break. I think it'll just bounce. So I'm gonna play it right there. Boom. Guess what? You were right. I was wrong. The power of independent thinking. There's nothing wrong with thinking through things with other traders, but at the end of the day, you want to be able to come to your own conclusions, and here is a good example of exactly that. Imagine being short there. I mean, the people that shorted that at that area right there, I'm not quite sure I agree with getting short right there. Shorting right at a potential double bottom with VWAP support, you kind of had that one coming. Dean, that sounds like a good plan. I will be interested in a short upper. Okay, I'm trying not to let recency effect destroy me. Last time I got short up around here, I got tricked. But don't be a whiner. I mean, yeah, agreed, Cam. But I also think we'd probably both agree that's in your statement that if should have been all caps. Okay, yeah. Okay, here we go. Maybe a short up here. Let's see. See, so this is a good example of the markets. Are you talking about this bounce right here? Keeping the West wild? Is that what you're describing? Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Jimmy. Okay. This is a perfect example of why, I mean, I don't know. It just makes me laugh. We have the same exact situation. We have two different descriptions. And so here I'm like, "Oh, it was a double bottom, double bottom. There's bottom 1, bottom 2 with VWAP support, right? That's ultimately how I described it. Double bottom with a VWAP right there." Then keeping the West wild, his description: perfect rejection out of the low volume node. LVN is the true fair value gap. Again, I'm just not that smart. Shout out to all of you where I read that and you're like, yep, that's how I would describe it too. Shout out to you. You guys are so much smarter than me. That's fantastic. But I'm a dented baboon. I'm going to describe that very impressive sounding statement as a double bottom with a VWAP support right there. Now, man, that was a double bottom with which VWAP, I mean, that's not really going to, again, I realize that doesn't make me sound very smart, but good grief. Some of you are so much smarter. No, that's not the reason. Because if that was the reason, it would do it every single time. Again, I'm not saying anybody's wrong to describe it that way, but that's a perfect illustration of why I'm an idiot. The way I describe things is just in baboon form. But man, that was an impressive. That was an impressive description. But because I'm stupid, I need to do the keep it simple, the KISS method. Keep it simple, stupid. So my descriptions are, I try to keep them very basic because I'm a moron. But yes, if you're going to be here and you need me to, if you are expecting me to explain something that could be said as a double bottom with a VWAP support, as rejection out of the low volume node, LVN is the true fair value gap, then yeah, this is not going to be the live stream for you because I'm just not that smart. I'm just not that smart. We can try to educate you. I don't need to be educated. If anything, let me educate you on not having to think so hard. Because we would have taken the same trade, and I'm like, oh look, double bot, or well, I called it out, but I was trying to play the fake breakdown. But like, no, I'm good. I'm good. I'm looking to. I'm an old man. I'm looking to simplify my life. I'm not looking to throw in a bunch of unnecessary terminology. Again, keep it with that's fine. I just find that funny that we were looking at the same thing and you described it in a way that sounds like very legit. So I'm not saying it's not legit, like, but I'm just not that smart. That's all. Please don't forget about the Fibonacci Alfredo. I know, Greg. It's shocking, isn't it? It's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah, I don't know why. Those are my VWAP settings. What what is this number? It's calling me like, but it won't leave any voicemails. So like a spam thing that's broken. What? Yeah, whatever. Anyways, those are my settings. Okay, now a potential thing. I would describe it as a potential triple bottom. Bottom 1, bottom 2, bottom 3. Potential triple bottom with VWAP support. That's how I would describe this. As we've learned, there are way more complicated ways to describe this thing, but I am too stupid for those ways. So here we go. But I'm once again going to look for a potential fake break. Although at this point, I want down here more so now. There we go. Yeah. If you're VWAP, good call. Good call. Who even asked about the VWAP? Who was that? Ronnie, are you watching NQ? I think you're probably watching NQ right now. Okay, let's see. We'll again. I don't think anybody's crazy if you're going to try to play the triple bottom VWAP bounce here, but yeah, I'm still looking for more so a fake break. But I can see the logic of anybody that's buying right here. Maybe I should be there. Maybe I'll be proven to be a fool once again. Okay, there's the break. Now I need more of a fake right here. I want it to be a fake down to here. So I need it to be a true breakdown until right here. The green line is where I want it to start to be a fake. I know, Virgil. That's by design, brother. I'm crazy like that, Virgil. I'm crazy like that. So don't be scared, okay, Virgil? Everything's gonna be all okay. You grab your blankie or your stuffed animal of choice. You suck on that thumb, and you just observe. Hold me. Yeah, legendary BM. As he's doing his BM, which is legendary, he will hold you tight. Can you read a story as well? Only if it's Bernstein Bears. Whoa! Oil! Just noticing that. That almost looks like some kind of Iran news. But no, I would have thought the markets would have reacted more. Yeah, oil up almost $1 just like that. $1 per barrel and within a 5-minute candle. And yeah, okay, gold is dropping. Yeah, huh. So right here, again, think about it. Think about it. I was right, generally speaking. So there's a good lesson here. Right, generally speaking. What did I say? I thought there'd be a fake break of the triple bottom. And guess what? I was right. Check it out. It broke, was a fake snap back up here. But notice I didn't make any money. Why? Because general statements are not good enough. So don't run around the internet or don't practice like this. Here's a learning lesson. If you're new, this would be bad practice. Okay, I think it's a triple bottom fake break. There's the break, went back up. Dang, I was right. Therefore, I would have made money. That is bad practice because trading is more nuanced. Again, I was right, broadly speaking. I did not make any money. Why? Because the nuance I got wrong. What nuance? Well, I picked the wrong entry. I defined the breakdown being too big. I was wrong. I thought the breakdown would get a little bit bigger before doing the fake. So yeah, it was a fake breakdown, but I defined breakdown wrongly. I thought it'd be a bigger breakdown than what it was. Therefore, so that's what I mean. If you're running around, if you're new and you're making just broad statements to practice, you are deceiving yourself. Because unfortunately, trading is a lot more difficult than making a broad statement. Crap. My original one would have played out perfectly, huh? Doggone it. Wait, maybe not. I can't remember. Was I here? I can't remember where I was at within the mountain peak here. I think I would have been filled. I think I would have almost nailed the bottom. Bench of Hormuz news. Okay, that would make sense. But the overall market doesn't really seem to be caring much. We're bouncing at every bounce point I had so far. Are you taking the trades? You must not be taking the trades if you're calling it BS. You would have got. Oh, are you serious? Doggone it! I was hoping somebody would say, "No, Clay, you were at that level right there." Isn't it dog gone it? Done gone it. In my mind, I'm saying dog gone it, not gone done it. Dog gone it. Maybe I've been saying the saying wrong all these years. Is it gone done it, or is it dog gone it? Okay, looking for a long right there. Yikes. I'm sure there were some longs that saw this candle, started to see some green, and are like, all right, we're going to start to head back up. Whoops. Doggone it. Okay, that's what I thought the saying was. Yeah, I think No Soup learned the phrase. Gone done it? Gone done it? Or done gone it. What would Nope, nope. That was what I wanted. You dirty scoundrel. I didn't even see it, but you dirty scoundrel. You dirty scoundrel. I am. Are you serious? Nope, I'm coming down now. Oh, I'm trying to catch a knife here. No, there's literally no logic behind that at all. Well, a little bit of a peek here. No, we're kind of in free fall mode. We were still at the. I mean, there's a set of lows right there that I was thinking maybe, but I didn't like how it kept putzing right above. But maybe there's something. But yeah, after this, like, where's the next support? Maybe down here, something like that. This just 540 down to, okay, not quite. Yeah, that got a little tricky there. It could be, or plus or minus 400 in a minute. Yeah, maybe. Maybe. Right here. This is to provide more context where the exterior stress has come into my life. Stuff like this. This is between the trim guy and my wife, but I'm on the chain. Like, see all the hinges? Oh, Look at all the colors. And then we have door toppers. It's just like, what are we doing? What are we doing? So many choices. Hinges and their colors. And then there's different types of hinges? Yeah, like 8,000, because there's like 8,000 colors hinges. I better go with 3. I better go with 3 if I'm thinking of this, which I am. I'm going to try a long here if it wants to come back up. See if we can get a hammer and then get some follow through. Risky trade, though. Risky trade. That's why I went down to 3. I'm in. Come on, hammer. Do your thing. Do your thing. Come on. Oh, it's heavy. It's heavy. Let's see if we can get a little bit of relief in the pressure here. Come on, brother. Give me that hammer. I'll take that skill. Oh, man, I forgot I only went with 3. Doggone. Why did I only do... Why don't you guys tell me? Clay, be irresponsible. Go with 30. 30. Okay, I was worried for a second. I'm like, how is that number not bigger? But I'm like, oh, yeah, crap. I took away 2 contracts. Yeah, 30. Should have been 300. I like that attitude. I like that attitude. Clay Trader Prop Firm Strategy Survival Guide course. Blue, by any chance, did you go through my penny stock survival guide course? That's a very interesting reference you just made there. Or is that just kind of a coincidence? But Blue Paradise, do we have a history together? Ah, gotcha. Not a bad idea. Although that's kind of the point of the live stream, though. That's kind of what we're always broadly talking about. All right, I will look for a short up here, by the way. Up around VWAP here. Do I try another long down here? That's the question now. Have you been here before, Blue Paradise, or you just been here under other names? Either way, good to have you. Especially as somebody that sounds like we have a track record or a past history. Oh, you have? I'm sorry. Okay. I guess I don't reckon that. You have not been here enough, though, for me to start to really get to know the name, get to know the avatar of the... I'm assuming that's a lion. Yep. Definitely not a picture of Kyle. If that was a picture of Kyle, it'd be a poodle, not a lion. Like once. Okay, that makes sense of why I don't really recognize the name. But yeah, in some senses, this is kind of like a prop firm guide in some angles. But yeah, no, that's I don't. You said like, huh? That was very interesting wording. All right, I'm not as interested in a short here now as I was. I think by that question you mean what account do I like? I like the 50K and the 150Ks. If you're brand new to the prop firm world, though, Blue, I'd say just start with the 50K. Again, take profit trader. I think they are best for the beginner prop firm trader due to their clean set of rules. Yeah, like I said, assuming you're new, take profit trader, and then I'd say the 50K account. Now, does that mean you end up okay with the 50K account? Not necessarily, but I think it's a good place to start. Yeah, I think that's a good middle ground. All right, I'm going to try a short here if it wants to come back down. See if we get the rejection here off of... All right, no, we just cruising up now. I was going to say maybe something that's 21 EMA, but really 21 EMA, price doesn't really seem to care much about it. Right there, it cared about a couple times, but then a lot of fake breaks. So if anything, maybe look to play a fake break of the 21. Oh, you're just going to. Oh, man, are you. See, it's hard now to get short right there because my stop has got to be way up there. That's 20 up to basically 45. I don't know if I want to put 25 points. Risk. Okay, is everybody disappeared or is it just me and Blue Paradise now? What in the world? Do I just wave the white flag on this thing? Are we done hanging out? It's crazy. I'm always here. Dean, that's why I love you. How many fingers am I holding up? Okay, okay, all right. I wanted to let you have some bonding time. Oh, that's a good argument. That's very kind of you. Hey, Enzo, good to see you. Man, this thing it's wanting to bring me in short. I'm just loading telephone poles with software. Okay, if that's a joke, I don't get the joke. What do you mean you're loading telephone poles? Is that like your job? That sounds kind of cool. Some of us are trading and not videoing. What's videoing? What do you mean? Like live streaming? Hey, margin call. Okay, that's good points. I reunited with somebody from the past. You guys were all being polite about it. That's fair. All right, I'm gonna try the fake break of the 21 EMA, right up there. I'm very tempted to try the short at the 21 EMA, but like I said, recent history, it hasn't really respected it. A lot of fake breaks. So I'm going to try to see if it wants a fake break again. Okay. All right. I take a step back. I was wrong. You guys were all being very polite to just let the interaction flow organically. Props A, did you just change your screen name or your avatar? Doggone it. I've gotten to know Props 8 as not an avatar. Dang it, now I gotta. Alright, I think I have to try this short. I'm gonna regret this maybe, but I'm gonna try it. I'm short. Okay, I gotta take it. What I meant by to regret, if I'm wrong on that, like I said, my stop was way up there. That would have been. Now, I liked it. I liked it enough because I thought the probabilities were in my favor. If I did a scalp on it, I thought, okay, high probability of a winning trade, but crap. It's got to be a scalp. Because if I'm wrong, because I'm trying to let it cook and get more, that'd be pretty painful. Now, yes, in hindsight, I could have let it cook more. But at that exact moment in time, I took it. But because of where my stop would need to be, I needed to try to tilt the odds in my favor and turn it into a really high probability trade. And I did that by changing it to a scalp. So those are the things where it's like, teach me how to trade. It's like, well, I don't know a lot of that stuff because I realized from you, like, what did you just say? I promise that all made sense. It may not have made sense depending on where you're at in your journey, but like, it may look like sometimes I'm just sitting here clicking buttons and doing things, but I'm actually doing a whole lot in my mind. Pull loading analysis and make ready for new communication attachments onto. So like there's a power pole. You're up in like one of those I don't even know, like like there's the arm and like crane. Like is that where you're like up wearing a hard hat right now? I don't even know what those things are called. Cherry pickers, yes, thank you. I thought there was something to do with cherries. I was like, I don't know, it's like, but I wasn't confident enough to put my hat in the ring to actually call it that out loud. I will take this short up here though if it comes back up because now I have a very clean stop. So, you know, something like this. Yeah, 7 points. With slippage, let's call it 9. So about a 9-point risk. I'll try that if it wants to come back up there. No, I'm at the office. Oh, interesting. Cool. Well, next time they have a bring your son to work day or bring your kids to work day, I'll pose as your kid. Because I kind of want to, it sounds like what you do is pretty interesting. All right, never mind on that one. Well, I'm going to try a short there. Quick little back test and go. Hopefully. If this V-shape straight back up, it's not going to be pleasant. You're going to film me or not? Okay, I don't like this. Now it's going to shoot straight up if it fills. All right, let's go up here now instead. Doggone it. Man, that's like the second one that I was basically at the money, but unfortunately in trading, basically is not good enough. Man, all right. No, I don't have the heart to take a long right here. I was thinking about it where I have my cross here, doing a long right there. I don't have the heart for it. I don't have the stomach for it. My loins are telling me maybe not the best idea. So I'm going to listen to my loins. What is my strategy? LTC. Loin Trading Concepts. Uh-oh. Were my loins wrong? Uh-oh. My loin... Uh-oh. I must have been listening to that Mexican food I had last night. That was not my loins. That was the... You wanted a short right here? Well, as of right now, I'm glad you missed it. Oh, yeah, there is a lot of lettuce. I've never been able to get my mind around that one, Dean. That's a little too complicated for my brain, but... Oh, duck soul! What? Listen to your loins when the... See? That's loin trading concepts right there. My loins are like, don't do it, brother. And I didn't do it. And it just say, see? That's why I got to listen to your loins. LTC. I'm building a cult around my loins. Loin trading concepts. Whose loins? Mine. How about that for a cult? All my cult members are going to follow my loins. Oh, loin trading concepts. See? See? Right there. There's the proof. Wow. What? Now that's a hammer candle there, boy. Market maker is going to steal those loins. No, I am the loins. I'm the loins of the market makers themselves. Some people say, no, I am the algorithm. No, I say I am the loins. I am the loins of the algorithm. How about them apples? How about them apples, Bill? Bro, NVIDIA rising and AVGO not doing. Man, Connor, at what point? What point? Well, I guess, I don't know. Some people like those. Never mind. Some people might find value in watching those things. Fair enough. But I'm not. Yeah, that is one where if you got long hair, again, goes back to position size. Depending on position size, I cooked. Because that was what? 40 or 80 down to... Yeah, 30, 40-point move. Again, depending on position. Now, if you're doing micros responsibly, I could see you surviving. I don't know if that's the best habit. There might have been some holding and hoping. But at least you survived with the hold and hope. But position size wrong, yeah, that was definitely enough of a move, especially with your NQs, where holding and hoping would have gotten you cooked. And then it just bounced after cooking you. Brutal. Tilt inducing for you. Uh-oh. So did that move cook you or just knock you out with a loss and then bounce right after you got out? Oh, wow. Oh, stop it. Oh, the tilt for some people out there. No, because like you said, doing micros. Oh, so you just took a loss then. And as soon as you took the loss, it bounced. Is that what you're saying? Tilt. No. So not you're on. So okay. So I guess what you're saying is because you had a bad trade in the sense of you just kind of reinforced the bad habit. That's what's causing you to go on tilt. Gotcha. But it's raging me. Gotcha. Well, normally those are things that don't cause people to go on tilt. So that's interesting. It's tough fighting the voice telling you it will come. Oh yeah, Nas, 100%. That voice, the "it will come back" voice. Woo! I got that one too, brother. It'll come back. It'll come. It'll come. Oh, I got that one too. The "it'll come back" voice is a little dirty scoundrel for sure. Okay, 3 evals and I'm rolling. Hey, nice job, elusive. Good job. 4 Freddy Brown in this pass shot. Hey, good job, Art Potter. That's why you were. That's why we have this at our desks. Oh yeah, yeah. That voice has cost me over the past 20 years. Yeah, 20 years. I said 20 years. I'm like, dang, that's a long time. But no, that's actually true. Yeah, yeah. The "it'll come back" voice. Sure, that's a voice that I mean just needs to be punched in the face immediately with a baseball bat with rusty nails screwed into it. It means he's got 3 accounts that are eval accounts, and in each account he's made 986. Or I guess to be fair, in theory, it could also mean the 3 evals add up to a total of 986. So maybe there's a couple different meanings. So yeah, I'm not sure, I guess. I was assuming he meant he had 3 evals that he was copy trading, and each one is at 986. But keyword in my statement was assuming. So we know how assuming can go at times. So yeah, elusive, if you're still here, would you mind clarifying that? It's what I would assume it's one of those two things, though, to answer your question. One of those two. Five-minute, very, very nice looking hammer here. No doubt about that. Very nice looking hammer. So it's kind of creating a little confusion for me. Do I still want to be bearish biased, or should I be leaning a little bit more towards the bulls right now? So I got a little fuzziness. I got a little fog in my brain now. All right, I'm going to try double bottom down here. Slight little fake break. The best one, I don't know. So, disclaimer, full speculation mode. But I would assume like around Black Friday they might do the one where they'll refund you back. So it's still like a percentage off, but then they'll refund you back your test account upon your first payout. So like let's say if you spend $100 on a test account and then you pass the test, and then you get some payouts on your pro account, part of your first payout will be them also refunding you back what you spent on your test account. So then at that point, it's quite literally like an absolute risk-free situation, because you now have literally no money at risk because the money you originally spent on it has been refunded back to you. So I think that's probably the best deal I've seen. But yeah, and again, take Profit Trader. They are not like a lot of the other prop firms that are constantly running deals. And in the sense, or I mean, they're running deals, I should say, but they're not always running different ones. Like that, they will go for months on end. Hey, here's the current deal. It is what it is, which I do appreciate. I'm not saying there's anything wrong per se with like changing around your promotions every 3 seconds, but it's hard to keep up when your promotions change quicker than I can blink my eyes. Okay, here we go. Maybe I'm in. Come on. I'll take that scalpy scalp, boy. Take that scalp. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care that the last 4 of my scalpy scalps, I left so much on the table. Today is just going to be one of those days where, like, it's the dumbest thing ever to take scalpy scalps. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. Well, the goal is wanting 20 accounts. Yeah, so no soup. You'll have to eventually expand out to other prop firms, and then you'll need a third-party software that will combine all those for you. So yeah, your journey would be get your 5 take profit traders, and then after that, you could branch off to, I don't know, Lucid, Tradeify. Well, I don't know what kind of trader you are, but Tradeify I know has pretty expensive commission. So if you're like a scalpy scalper of micros, Tradeify could get expensive in a hurry. What happens if you blow a pro account? With Take Profit Trader, do not reset pro accounts. Super, super expensive. How expensive? Well, for the price of 1 pro account reset, you could go buy like 5 or 6 test accounts. All right, Greg, see you later. Price action today is like a football bat to me. That's a mind-blowing statement. What is a football bat? Yeah, Matt. I mean, you've heard of the racehorse model, haven't you? Like one of the reasons why we preach racehorse model around here is to avoid the temptation to reset a pro account because you already have other pros waiting for you. A football bat. Huh? Dude, that's a mind-blowing statement. What is a football bat? Hey, thank you, R. Potter. See, now this has got me even more confused from the short side. Like, look at this. Beautiful back-to-back hammer candles. Look at these things are beautiful. Do I really want to be shorting down in this lower shadow area? No. It's for sports, Paul. The market makes no sense to me. Ah, I see what you did. See, Raspberry, your wit was too clever for me. Here's me. Here's your wit. Now it makes sense. It seems like this next one I should just let it cook and not do the scalpy scalp, but man, I swear the market has a weird way of like, okay, see, now the time where you don't scalpy scalp is actually going to be the time where you should scalpy. Well, no, wait, I take this all back. See, man, confirmation bias is so, victimhood mentality is so bad because I'm playing the victim now, like, oh, woe is me. Scalping continues to cost me. But I forgot about this trade right here, which I already explained. This trade here, had I not chosen a scalpy scalp, this account is toast. So let me just step back a little bit. And I need to set aside the woe is me attitude of, geez, scalpy scalps have really let me down. No, that is actually not true. Man, confirmation bias is weird. It's weird how your mind forgets about things that actually don't confirm your bias. How many screens are you looking at? Daniel, are you going to Sergio me? Please don't Sergio me. We had this with that Batsy guy. Oh, wait. Oh, wait. No. I'm sorry, Daniel. I have you confused. You already have prop accounts, right? You've done some prop trading, right? TBT just had or sell. Yeah, the current deal right now on Take Profit Trader is 40% off and no activation fee with code CLAY. Not yet. Okay, so you are still potentially a Sergio. Dude, at what point are you going to do it? Please don't Sergio me. Please. We had it yesterday. Those are the things that are so disheartening. Brother, crap or get off the pot. Holy smokes. Yes, Sergio, the one guy that almost made me quit. Way back, like when I was 3 months in. The Sergios are the most disheartening ones. Those are the ones that truly bring me to my breaking point. The people that ask 8 million questions, refuse to crap and get off the pot, and then they kind of sort of do, or they never do, but when they do, they just throw everything aside that you've told them. I'm not saying that's going to be you, Daniel. I'm just saying, I'm starting to get the Sergio worry with you. I'm not saying you are Sergio, but Sergio is potentially out there is what I'm saying. But I'm not saying you are. But brother, just make the move. It's 90 bucks. It's 90 bucks. It's 90 bucks. Hello, if I blow my first test account, take profit, can I repurchase another one and start? Yes. Well, thank you, Charles. Wait, are you Charles from Alaska? Yeah, I think the guy from Alaska that showed up last week? Yes, okay. Yeah, no, you can try as many times as you want. Perfect. Well, good. Make sure to introduce yourself in there once you get all signed up. We'll keep an eye out for you. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. Code Clay. Even typed in right. Yes. Code Clay, all caps, is how you lock in the deal. Well, with any prop firms, but again, for what I use and recommend, especially if you're a beginner, Take Profit Trader. All right. Noted. All right. Potentially a short here. There's just so much congestion right now. Again, no guarantees, but I mean, we got the 21 EMA. We have this, I'm going to get rid of that yellow line. I think it served its purpose for now, but regardless, we have the 21 EMA. We have the VWAP. We have the 200 SMA. We have the 50 SMA. A big old puddle of resistances right there. Is this going to dump? I get sketched out really good. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know. Fog has entered my brain for the reasons discussed, especially now with those 2 hammer candles. Let me put it this way, though. I mentioned I didn't want to get short down in this area because of the lower shadows, and I'm glad I didn't because, yeah, this red candle went nowhere, and now we're getting some, movement back up. All right, maybe a short here, though. Yep, I'm going to try a short if it wants to get rejected back down here. No, that's, keeps moving up. Glad I waited for confirmation. I'm telling you right now, if you test prop firms, you'll never turn back, at least for futures. The math is the math. That's why, like, at some point, now I understand people that are massively hesitant, need to ask lots and lots of questions. If like if it was like, so, if it was like $900 or $9,000, I totally get that. But at the end of the day, it's $90. And let me put it this way. If you are so hesitant and so because you're like, dude, I can't lose $90. If I lose $90, my family lives under a bridge. This is not for you. Put these ambitions on the shelf for now and go get your financial landscape in better order. But like if it's like, well, no, I can lose $90 and my families will be fine. Then it's like, dude, crap or get off the pot at some point. Well said, Hyundai. Yeah, exactly. Again, I'm not saying money grows on trees. So I'm not saying just go, but there does reach a point where it's like, dude, come on. Well, I haven't really convinced you, Charles. I would argue math has convinced you. That's why it's a very convincible thing, because I use math. Like, there are zero psychological tricks. Like, when the math is truly in your favor, you don't need to use, like, seller psychology. You're just like, here's the numbers. That's what I like about math and numbers. It's the things that don't actually make sense, aka mathematically, because, right, by definition, math is logic. So if the math doesn't add up, then quite literally the thing does not make sense. So it's the things that like don't make sense because the numbers are a little screwball where it's like, all right, we need you to be a very good salesman, right? Like shopping for a car. I don't know if we all. I think many people know cars are not really like, and again, I'm talking generally speaking. Please don't chime in. Well, Clay, if you bought a 1947 Camaro XPD with BYZ, then it'd be worth. Okay, I understand there's caveats, but generally speaking, I think that's why car salesmen gotta resort to a lot of the seller psychology stuff because they realized they were trying to overcome math that is not in the buyer's interest. But like here, like none of that is needed, which makes it nice because the math is just the math, and the math makes a lot of sense. And which is also why when people try to tell me that day trading futures through a prop firm isn't right, it always ends with them calling me a name. Because the math backs them into a corner, and the best they can do is either just like, actually, Clay, you're right, that's true, or they got to lash out with a name call, and they call me mean names, like butthead or doofus, and then I cry to my wife the rest of the night. So yeah, I don't know if Daniel got scared off or what, but I don't know. Batsy, I don't know if we'll ever see him again, but yeah. I mean, some of you are starting to do the joke like, man, Batsy, you're going to drive this guy bat crazy. But yeah, I mean, Batsy, official Sergio, spent so much time with him, he shows up, and then he goes completely different. Does like the complete opposite of what I was saying the whole time. I'm like, okay, well, and then he's still asking questions. It's like, dude, why am I going to take time away from everybody else here to answer questions for somebody that has now demonstrated very concretely you're not listening to me anyways? You know what I mean? And that's what ultimately gets me. They're Sergios. Ask a bunch of questions and either never crap or get off the pot, or just then to do the exact opposite. So it's like, okay, you listen to nothing I had to say. But thankfully, there are not a lot of Sergios. But man, when they come around, again, full of transparency, those are the ones that actually do get to me. It's like, what am I doing? Like, it feels like such a waste of time. Like, if somebody's just being like an obvious troll and like, all right, I'll join in, I'll have some fun. But like, that doesn't like, those don't, that's just so much different. If you're just starting only. Oh, stop yelling at everybody. Hyundai, stop yelling. Oh, man, he all caps and then he ended with 4 exclamation points. I mean, what you're saying is right, I agree, but man, your yelling is making me scared because I'm a snowflake. So please calm down. Don't be so angry. All right, here we go. Maybe kind of sort of with a short again. A lot of congestion over on the 5-minute. Maybe I'll try a short up around 520-ish. So 520 might look kind of random here. But on the 5-minute, I'm right up in kind of that congestion area. Let's see what happens. Now, if this is going to be a situation where the 5-minute just cuts through all that resistance like a warm knife through butter, not going to be good. That's crazy. Daniel just left. See, that's the other thing about potential Sergios. It's like, wait, you're going to stop answering my questions even though I've asked 4,000? Well, then I'm out of here. See you later if you're not going to answer. It's like, how entitled can people get? I'll only stick around if you continually answer every single question I have to ask. Oh, you're not going to do that anymore? Okay, see ya. I should be the gold standard of trolling. I'm not rude. I don't lie, then lie that I don't lie. Yeah. That's always the angle, is when you kind of box somebody in and you're like, oh no, I was just kidding this whole time. It's like, no, you're lying about kidding. You just are trying to save face here. All right, now it's time to come up there. I'm all for trolling. Listen, I troll you guys, right? When I do the whole, I understand that I'm trolling you guys when I say that Yoda's in Star Wars. Like, I understand that's a troll. I full well get that Yoda's in Star Trek. I'm aware, but I try to make my trolling obvious. So that's what I think is a good troll. Like the one that is making the joke obvious or making the rage bait obvious, right? But I'm well aware that Yoda's in Star Trek. So when I'm out there calling and saying that Yoda's in Star Wars, I am trying to press your guys' buttons by trolling you in that regard. When I bring up old chat, what's old chat? When someone can't admit. Oh, when I refer back and take the, oh yeah. When I bring the receipts, everyone knows it's in Stargate. Okay, here we go, maybe. I am short. Come on, roll over, brother. Roll over. Take that scalpy scalp, thank you. New short up there. I really am on a streak, huh? I don't know, maybe not yet. Let me put it this way. If you got short there, and again, independent thinking, where you agreed with my short, but then because you're an independent thinker, you disagreed with my management style, and you're like, dude, I'm not going to do a scalpy scalp. I'm going to let it cook. As of now, good for you. You chose wisely again. The power of independent thinking right there. Oh, Doc Soul right off of that 21 EMA, though. I did think the whole Yoda thing was going to get a little bit more laughs, but I mean, I thought I was being epically ironic there, but tough crowd, doggone it. Well, congrats to independent thinkers out there. I guess I will need to watch Star Wars to be able to, yeah. Wait, you've never seen Star Wars? Stop. I mean, you are in Alaska. Wait, have you always lived in Alaska? How'd you end up in Alaska? Let's start there. I have not seen the guy. The guy that's been doing the research, I've not seen him in a while, and I don't have his number, so no. To answer your question, no. Uh-oh. Daniel just threw a grenade into the room. Uh-oh. I'm gonna step back. Really? I have very little complaints. There's been a lot of bounces off levels that make sense on why they bounced. Well, I am drawn to that Jeep Cherokee of that year because, like I said, the guys that are helping me are really into the mechanical scene. They're like, man, those engines are great. So I'm looking for something that I can get I don't care if it's beat up. I don't care if it's got 180,000, 200,000 miles on it. If I know I can get another 20,000 out of it, 20,000 miles, it's like, well, if I'm just driving it around the farm or the homestead, whatever we're calling this thing, call it the homestead, just driving around the homestead, 20,000 miles should last pretty long. The 4.0 liter? I don't know. I just said I don't understand anything about engines. I have no idea. I don't even know what 4 liter means. Like, I am not a mechanically inclined person at all. All I know is like the Jeep, back what I drove in high school. So, like, we'll call it 2000 to 2002. Whatever that Jeep was back then. Like, so from my understanding, that's got a very good engine. Yeah, when people start talking about liters, I'm thinking like pop or something. Just empty every pocket. I'm not sure what that means. When did I put that tread line in there? This is scary right now. I truly, I have no idea when. I had to have been in mid conversation. I don't remember putting that tread line in there. How long ago did I do that? That's weird. That's kind of spooky. I'm not going to freak out too much about it because it would make sense. I could see myself being more in tune to the conversation than kind of just doing that instinctively. But I don't remember putting that in there. Just empty every pocket. Oh, Jeep. So you're saying Jeeps are not good? Okay, yeah. To be fair, maybe Jeeps nowadays are garbage. I have no idea. Again, I don't keep up with that stuff. I hate car shopping. I hate vehicle shopping. Despise it. I get it. A lot of dudes are car guys. Awesome. If you're a car guy, man, more power to you. I am not. I don't understand any of that stuff. I have no interest in any of that stuff. So yes, maybe Jeeps are really garbage now. But from my understanding, and I trust these guys, they're saying that Jeep from back then is a workhorse. Like those engines were great. The year you are looking at, good year. Okay, yes, that checks out with what I was being told. But yes, I for all I know, maybe Jeep these days, just empty out. What was it saying? Just empty every pocket. Maybe that applies to current Jeep, but from my understanding, not those years. All Jeeps are good. It's mostly super shiny since they change. Okay, all right, gotcha. So Jeep as of now, but yeah, those years are good. Okay. Okay, looking for a long at the green line. So stop is about 8 points. With slippage, let's call it 10. So about 10 point stop here. And I'm going to let this one cook. So this will not be a scalpy scalp. So we'll see what happens. Hey, good morning, Maddie Dented. The new ones we call heaps. Oh, really? Man. That's 50 points from your entry? Okay, you're joking. Or you're talking to somebody else, Brian. It's like, wait a second, huh? You had me scared for it. I'm like, 50, what? Oh, hey, you trucking for dividends? You can leave that out there. That had some spice to it. Had some spice, but there's nothing wrong with a little bit of spice. Nothing wrong with a little bit of spice. We don't want to go to like epic levels, but a little bit of spice never hurt anybody. Yeah, the best cars ever made are okay. Yeah, then that's the era that I'm being told to check out. You got this, Evan. You got this. Didn't you short in the 520s? Yeah, no, I shorted at the VWAP right there. Like I think I might have nailed the top on that in all actuality. If I remember right, or did I let it come down? I don't remember. Did I let it come down or did I think I just threw it right at the Again, I cannot complain about scalpy scalps today. As far as a live stream and as far as what you guys have seen, fair enough. Yeah, scalpy scalps, I've left a lot on the table. But this trade right here, had that not been a scalpy scalp, that would have been cooked to count. Yeah, hindsight that was, I sort of kind of nailed the top there. But unfortunately, in hindsight, I chose the wrong management. And I chose to manage it as a scalpy scalp as opposed to let it cook. But yeah, oh well. Sometimes that happens. If you have multiple management styles, sometimes you choose the wrong one. All right, so I guess you're not going to drop down there. I'll cancel that out for now then. Back to the drawing board. Duck Soul! Yeah, that's a Duck Soul trade up there, boy. Check it out. We got 50 SMA. We have these former highs right here. So it'd be essentially like a fake break of the VWAP. So yeah, let's see what happens. It was around, I think it shot right after. I think it was on 30-point drop. I don't know. I could see people still trying to get short right there. Like, I'm not going to call you crazy if you're like, no, Clay, I'm going to try another short right there. I'm an independent thinker, brother. Like, okay. I could see that. The Trump Board of Peace just announced their first rebuilding project. The Trump Board of Peace. 150-person fort to house Moroccan soldiers. Interesting. The news cycle is so crazy, like these days. It's so crazy. It's so crazy. Like, if you really just stop and think about it, the news that lasts for like 3 hours, it's like, man, this will make me sound very old, but it is what it is. But like when I was a kid or even in high school, that news would have been around for like 3 weeks. These days, same news around maybe 3 hours. Like, it almost makes you wonder, like, I don't know, just think back over some of the bigger things in history. Like, how long would those things have lasted in this day and age where the news cycle is just crazy? Like Bill Clinton, Monica Lewinsky. Like, would that have been that big of a deal? Or would it have been kind of like out there, but like there's so much, like, I don't know. Interesting thought experiment. Yeah, or like, yeah, like Watergate. Now Watergate was before my time, so I don't really remember what it's like to live through something like that. Um, but yeah, that's an interesting one. All right, here we go. If you're getting short at VWAP, like I said, I'm not going to do it, but I'm certainly not going to call you crazy for doing it. And to be fair to you, right now, not looking too bad. I mean, I don't know, Jimmy, because Trump, he's like accused of like all these other, like a bunch of women, right? So yeah, all those were in the news, but like, were any of those like the level of Lewinsky and Clinton? I don't think so. And he's had multiple. Bill had one, and it was, I swear, like back in the day, that's like all the news was. Yeah, and maybe the news cycle being so fast is a good thing. I don't know. I'm not really. That's an interesting thought. Maybe this is good. It's just crazy in my mind. Okay, I don't. Yeah, I'm gonna delete that. Keep the West Wild if you don't mind, just because, like I've said before, and maybe you've never heard it, but like I don't know the vast majority of other people on the internet. I kind of just have always kept my head down. And when people start to name other people, like I don't know who these people are. That doesn't mean they're a scumbag or a clown, but there are lots of scumbags and clowns out there. So like if you don't mind, just please don't bring up other people's names because I don't want to risk sending people down the rabbit hole to whoever. And I don't think that's what you're doing, keeping the West Wild, because you're a good guy. But at the same time, just to try to keep the policy across the board the same, I don't want to have to get in the game of me. Okay, am I going to let that rule break happen, or am I going to let it? Like I just don't want to put that burden on my mind. So if you don't mind, again, I realize probably a good suggestion, but I really don't want to have to figure out who am I going to let the break rules and who am I not, and etc. You are trying with 1 MNQ. I am trying with 1 MNQ. Thank you. I never changed that back to 5, huh? The fact. No, it's not no worries. I was worried. That was a worry for me. I appreciate that. Because had I gotten filled and had it turned out to be a great one, and then I would have had one, I would have been. So, no, that is a worry for me. I appreciate you pointing that out. Oh, okay. Thank you for the clarification. The fact conversations about what really happened with Charlie Kirk's murder aren't anymore. I don't know, Jimmy. I don't know. That even that that just proves the nature of the internet. Like to bring up Charlie Kirk, like is going to be cause people to hate me or maybe like me a little bit more or whatever because it's just like there's so many conspiracies out there about everything. And we've had this conversation before. I'm in a unique spot with conspiracies. Given there are conspiracies, or at least there used to be many conspiracies out there about me on StockTwits, about my penny stock hedge fund and what the video charts represented, and blah blah blah. And a lot of you are probably laughing, and I do joke around a lot, but actually right now I'm being dead serious. I run a penny stock shorting hedge fund, and my signal to the group was to do a video chart, and that was their signal for everybody to come in and short this penny stock down to zero. And that some say I'm a market maker or I work for a market maker, like truly crazy stuff. So as somebody that has had conspiracy theories about them, the one person that actually knows the truth about a conspiracy theory is the person it's about. And I can say, well, full certainty, those things are not true. So like I can say for sure that in the history of conspiracy theories, there's at least one out there that is just completely wrong. But I have a suspicion, and again, I'm in a unique spot because I don't think most people have ever had conspiracy theories against them. But I am in a weird, unique spot in that regard. And some of you probably, that's how you came across me on StockTwits years ago, where it's like, wait, who's this guy? Like some of you never believed them, some of you did. But anyways, so yeah. I'm not saying therefore because a conspiracy theory against me is false that therefore all conspiracies are false. I'm just saying I've seen people truly believe something. I've gotten some really nasty. I've never gotten in a hold of the authorities, but I had a question. Do I need to get a hold of the authorities with this sort of thing? Because some people dead believe that I was the reason they lost money on a trade because they got in and then me being a market maker, or me working for market makers, or my hedge fund, like caused it to go down. And they, like I said, never actually had to reach out. So, like I said, I've witnessed firsthand people's belief in something that they are very convinced apparently is true. And I'm like, dude, that's just so wrong. So, I'm in a weird spot with conspiracies because some conspiracies are absolutely true, but like, yeah, some people really believe in things that are simply not true. Yeah, oh yeah, it was on iHub too. Investors Hub, StockTwits. StockTwits, though, seem to really take things to a whole new level. Now, granted, a lot of it came to with people that said it but didn't believe it, right? Because penny stocks are filled with pump and dumpers. So a pumper always needs somebody as a scapegoat, right? They need to blame somebody. So some people proclaim to believe all this stuff, but in all actuality, it's like, well, no, I see what you're doing. You're the pumper. You're the one that told people it was going to the moon, buy more, diamond hands, buy more, and you're the one that was actually dumping on them why you told them to buy more. And now that it's crashed because of you, and because you dumped all your shares on them, well, obviously you're not going to be like, actually, I was the reason. I'm a pumper and I just dumped on you. They're not going to say that. So, but some people fully believed in this stuff. Okay, we got a move coming up. We're kind of in no man's land. I don't see really any areas to short, but I'm definitely not getting long here either. That seems like a total chase. Did I tell the market makers don't hire dense? No, that's all I hired was dense. Being a conspiracy theorist is just critical thinking with 5 to 10 year long position in facts. You might be down on the news, but after 10 years, you become profitable permanently. I'm not quite sure what you're saying there. Are you saying that somebody that is a critical thinker and then has 10 years of facts to look through can figure out a conspiracy? Is that what you're saying? Daily open is 29,570. Gotcha. Well, we are, like I said, it sounds like people that are using the daily chart, they would not call this no man's land because they're saying, no, Clay, this is not no man's land to me. We got, what did you call it? The daily open right there. Cool enough, but as somebody that doesn't really care about that level, in my mind, we are out in the middle of nowhere right now. Just like I'm sure there was times where, for me, we're at like a really key level. And then who said that? And then the gym rat. Ooh, I like that. The gym rat. The gym rat's like, what are you talking about? We're out in the middle of nowhere as per my strategy, per what I'm looking at. Which again, just illustrates we're all looking at different things. We all consider different things. 21 EMA on the 1 hour chart is also around 570. You know what else is 570? the Belgium baboon Bollinger Bands. Those are also at 570. The Belgium baboon Bollinger Bands are also at 570, but only on the 7.32 minute time frame. So for those of you that use the Belgian baboon Bollinger Bands and use the 7.32 minute time frame, this is at a very key area for you. Dang, GSC. There he is. That's his bread and butter right there, the 7.23. Interesting candle. Interesting candle right here. Which, again, some of you will be like, well, yeah, Clay, you should be interested because 570 is a daily level. But isn't that kind of cool how now I'm becoming interested in the same level you've already been interested in, because this sort of candle is now getting me interested. Now you would say, well, Clay, yeah, it makes sense why that candle formed because of the daily whatever. But my point is, yeah, but now isn't it that kind of cool how multiple time frames can still tend to bring people into alignment of being interested in the same area, maybe for different reasons, but there it is. Okay, that's still a terrible joke, but because of the topic there, that was kind of good. It does pack a punch, though. All right, I will buy. I will try to get long down here at the pullback to the. Ooh, Doc Soul, these burps. Where do these come from? Kind of have to go pee though. All right, if I rush fast, if I go pee fast, I can get back. Okay, I'm gonna turn this into a sprint. I'm going to have to time myself. I may or may not wash my hands, but don't worry about it. Because I don't want to miss this pullback. P break. Back in a moment. All right. Hopefully moment is very quick. Okay, I'm going to time myself. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, come on. Oh, crap. All right. Okay. Okay. Where's the timer at? Where's the timer? Don't. Oh, crap. It's moving. It's moving. I don't have to crap. Okay, here we go. Ready? 52 seconds. I don't know if that's bad or good. Okay, what do you got to show me?
I made it.
Oh, sweet.
Let me turn the light.
No, I can see it. I can see it. I can see it. Look at
What?
this fishing pole.
So, and then,
Hit the like button if you like the fishing pole. Look at this thing. You made this?
I mean, I didn't make the rope or anything.
No, I know what you mean. You engineered it.
Uh huh.
Are you gonna use it today?
Yeah.
I got
just
it.
in case.
I'll text him too. That reminds me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, very cool, buddy.
Yeah.
All right, we got 52 seconds with the hand rinse. I'll be honest. Did I like full blown like scrub and like no? I didn't. There we go. Yes, I have to text something. We were supposed to go fishing with a buddy. Then he wasn't feeling good, so I better touch base with him right now. Feeling any better today? Question mark. Biggest fish of the day will be hopefully. I think I have to go. I don't know really anything about fishing. Like I understand the concept, but like, what baits should you use? How do you tie? Like I don't know. I've never. So we have a friend that loves to fish, and he's like, yeah, no, I'll take him. Take you guys, kind of show you the ropes some more. I'm like, okay, fantastic. And then he was sick on Tuesday. And Trip, who was in here, oh my, stop talking about fishing. But oh, he's so excited. So I think we got to go no matter what. Even if he's not feeling well, I'll just wing it. Unless some of you are in like southernish Iowa, and you're not a psychopath and you like fishing, then come hang out. Well, that's what this guy's wife calls him, but like this guy's actually really tough. Like he was, so if he's sick, it must be pretty bad. Bring him here, we'll catch fish. We do like watching the Outdoor Boys, who I'm assuming you know. So up in Alaska there. Okay, looking for a pullback here. But yeah, Alaska. In fact, my father-in-law, they did, when he retired from his workplace, blah, 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 gave him a trip to Alaska cruise. And that's one comment he made. He's like, Alaska, great. But I would actually like to go back. I'd like to try fishing there. Because, yeah. I was kind of fishing, no psychopaths. See, but that right there, doesn't that prove you're not a psychopath? Like, do psychopaths know that they're psychopaths? I guess that's the question. That's the brain teaser. So the mere fact that you're like calling yourself a psychopath, I don't think that means you are one. You do not watch. Oh, okay. Well, the Outdoor Boys is a guy that like, and he's got some kids that like goes out there and does hike or does like fishing, and so yeah. Well, I'll let him know. Like, hey, if you're good someday, I know a guy. I know a guy in Alaska now that said he'll take us fishing. Fantastic. Period. The kids have been talking my ear off about it. Period. I may show up in a straitjacket. Period. Do you want to do 5:30? Question mark. As long as the weather holds out. I wasn't aware that the weather may not hold out. What are we talking about here? All right, never would have filled me anyways on the pullback. Would have been very, very close, but so that's not very frustrating. Why is the weather app not working? Hit the like. Hey, thank you, Sky Mountain. I agree. Hit that like button. Code Clay, all caps, help support the stream, feed some hungry kids. Code Clay does go to feed hungry children if you're not aware. Now, they are my children. I have 6 of them. So, full disclosure, you are feeding hungry children. They just happen to be mine. So, guilt trip time, if you don't use code Clay, then that means you support child hunger. And you're a terrible person. I should have been in PR. Man. Okay, well. Why? Why are you not working, though? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Man, even the reboot's not working. Hey, anybody else here have the Weather Channel app? If yes, would you mind opening yours up, seeing if it's if yours works? Is this like a universal problem right now? Again, the Weather Channel app. Yes, yes, what? Yes, you have it, or yes, you have it and you open it up and it does not work? See above. Oh, yours have been having issues for 2 weeks? Okay. Yeah, I think that makes sense. I think if I've had some. Yes, it's working? Oh, well, I don't know then. Rain ending? What are we talking about? What rain? Website's working. I don't really know how to navigate the website though. All right, this could be a long here. All right, I'm going to try it. Long. See if we can get a bounce here off of this area, kind of form a breakout point. Let's see if she wants to bounce. Hey, I'll take that scalpy scalp, boy. That's what it's all about there, boys and girls. All right, I'm going to check AccuWeather. There we go. Hourly. Hourly. Oh, Doc Soul. Wow, they are really breaking it down hourly. Okay. AccuWeather. Who is that? Charles, thank you for the suggestion. Mostly sunny, mostly sunny. Oh, really? 20% chance of rain at that point? Stop. That's crazy. Stop raining here. We've got enough now. All right, so weather should hold out. Anybody else take that long with me or no? Those are fun ones. Those are fun ones. All right, I know my kids are on the edge. I'll be right back. They've been on the edge of their seat. I was like, I got to text them, so I'll let them know. I'll be right back. Hey, Trip. Trip. Faye. Anybody? Where's Trip and Faye at? Oh, she went with mom somewhere? Oh, really? Okay. Where's Trip at? On the back deck or the below one? Okay, can you open up the door real quick? Hey, Trip? Get ready for it, boy. The soul. Whoa, is this a trade? Okay, here we go. I think I'm going to take a swing at the tread line. If it comes down here at this point, why not? Hello, is anybody even here and talking? All right, I'm about to leave right now and go fishing. Literally nobody is talking. And as a reminder, if you guys don't talk, this is as boring gets. As boring as boring gets. One of the main cruxes of the live stream is it's fun. Yes, it's also got a business component. Yes, it's got I got to be a responsible trader component. But like if people are not talking, I'm telling you right now, this is not fun. It's not fun to just sit here and like stare at price action. I actually can't take them fishing right now because not all my kids that are going fishing are home right now. As I've always said, I realize guys talk is not is irrational. It's not fair. You know what I mean? It's not reasonable. Because I get it. Clay, dude, I'm at work. Dude, I'm trying to trade. Dude, my wife is talking to me. Dude, my furry is talking to me. I get it. I'm not saying it's a reasonable request. I'm just throwing it out there. I mean, as much as I would like for me to be like top priority, for like your boss comes across and says, hey, I'm going to give you a job promotion to 10 million a month, but you have to stop typing in that chat box. I mean, I would expect me to come first. I would expect you to say, well, then you can take that $10 million a month job and give it to somebody else because Clay's my top. But okay. I mean, if it's not like that, what fish are you guys going for? I don't know. Bluegill, I guess. I mean, this is kid fishing. So we will not be keeping anything. We're getting them out of like a local park pond. I am busy with the voices. That's fair enough. Are you having a bad day, Dead-Eye Dave? Yeah, let's go, Nas. Agreed. No bass. I have no idea. I don't know if there's any bass in this pond or not. I have no idea. Are bass in ponds? I know I do a lot of joking around, but at this point, I'm not joking around. I don't know. Like, I know catfish are in ponds. I know bluegills are in ponds. I do know this. I know walleye, or at least I think walleye like rivers, right? Because growing up where I did in Ohio, there was something called the Maumee River, and the Maumee River every year would have the walleye run, and fishermen from all over the place would come to fish The Maumee River during the walleye run. Oh, they spawn in rivers. Gotcha. So they spawn in rivers and live in lakes? I have a pond with bass, though I too have never. Are you serious? That's something I want to try to figure out. I think I want to try to figure out how to get a pond. I mean, we have like a couple of, I would just argue, glorified mud holes on the property, but like, there's definitely not any fish in them. Catfish fishing is good for the ego, uncooked shrimp, and patience. And they like to fight. So the kids. Cleveland is known for their steelhead run from Lake Erie. Gotcha. Yeah, that thing is, I don't know how much it costs to dig those holes. You know, that's what it's. I have no idea. Like, is it 50 grand to get a pond? I don't know. Is it 500 grand? The Maumee is mostly a spawning river. Okay, yeah. I just remember growing up as a kid, you drive over the bridge and just the shore is lined with them, boats all over the place. Yeah. So here we go. Driven over that bridge, and then that's what I remember seeing. Just the shore is lined, the middle just boats. In fact, this doesn't look like it's an intense enough thing. How do these lines not get tangled? What am I missing here? How do these lines not get all tangled up? Somebody explain that to me. Saw a video of you earlier wearing. Yeah, right here. Yeah, I did the incline. Cool little town for sure. We call it combat fishing. Rent a front loader scoop. Is it, yeah, I guess, yeah, maybe I'm overthinking a pond. Called flossing. So like it's one of those things where you just go and you expect your lines are going to get caught. Is that type of thing? If someone tangle your line, you beat him up. After your second session of fishing, you learned already how to keep the line in your line. Oh, you're talking about are you talking about the video like where I actually did the trip? Because that's on YouTube too. It was all documented. There's nothing to see trading wise. Calm down. Is this one or no? Oh no, not this one. I don't think. Let's see. No, okay. Was it this one? Oh, right here, right here. So I went out to hang out with some members, and we did the incline in Manitou Springs. Yeah, there it is. That was fun. I think everybody made it to the top too. I was dead. Well, not literally dead, but you know what I mean. It was exhausting. Anyway, good times. How do we get? Oh, somebody asked me about my shirt. Yeah, so that's when I got this shirt. It's a pond, not a pool. Yeah, but I don't know. Does something have to like? I don't know. How do you keep it? Like the water in there? True. Yeah, the overweight people. Well, I mean that's a matter of reference. The guy that I had to be left behind. But yeah, definitely, yeah, overweight people. It's not going to be a good day for them because I keep myself or try to keep myself in decent shape. But that elevation is a real thing, that's for sure. So just the fact that it was like I don't know 2,300 steps or something, and then elevation that got rough. Frank, there's no way you're asking that. Frank, dude, you've been here since day one. There's no way you don't understand. There's no way. I refuse to believe that you don't know the answer to that question. Bentonite, Clay. What's bentonite? Is that another language? Okay, sounds good, comma. We'll plan on 5:45. Pond should be a lowest point, so all water goes to it. Yeah, I guess that makes. I'm just trying to think where that one is. Wish it was a little bit closer to the house. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see how today goes. But when we had the cottage, the kids did love to fish. All right, let's see. It's getting kind of spicy. Getting kind of spicy. Do we get another pop upwards? All right, wait. Let me take a step back. Let's see. We're 2 hours and 41 minutes in. It's kind of weird. Like I based kind of the trading environment. I don't even look at the clock. I'm like, okay, how long have we been live streaming for? So we are well into the area where the wheels can potentially start to fall off the bus, which makes sense because the longer it goes, the more we kind of get into the afternoon trading where it can get very choppy. And if you're on yesterday's live stream, you know exactly what I mean. It was choppy. So I guess what I'm trying to get at right here is, yeah, it's looking like it wants to make a push up, but I don't want to get stuck in some sort of chop now. I'm not saying this is the chop. What I am saying is that we are moving into the time of day where I think suggesting that this could start to chop around isn't the most craziest of things to say. All right, yeah. I think that'll be. I mean, there's just other things we have to do. So, but I would really like to get a where I'm thinking about the pond. We'll have to check it out again, see if we can make it bigger. Well, let me ask you this: how big does a pond have to be to have fish in it? Because that would ultimately be the point of the pond, is to have a place where the kids can run off and fish. We have a good sized creek, but I think the creek, the best we've ever seen there is like minnows, because sometimes it really gets down to almost like bone dry. All about the oxygen. Okay, so like, does a pond have to be a certain size for there to be enough oxygen? I prefer just looking at the fish through my. Yeah, this will not be a pond for snorkel. Well, then again, I guess never put anything past my kids. You don't ever set price alerts or try to line? No. No. I've seen fish in 16-meter long pond. Okay. I'd say a quarter acre, good size. How deep do they have to be? One of my buddies at church has a stocked pond at 4 farm. He let me bring my kids. I didn't even think about that. It's like trading. So, again, I'm asking this. So, pond fishing is kind of like buying the dip, holding and hoping, and then it just goes back up. Because, hey, if you're in a trend, buying the dip, no stop loss, holding and hoping, because it'll eventually go back up. Is that kind of what pond fishing does? It builds the bad habit of thinking fishing is easier than it is. Oh, really? Only 8 feet? Okay, that doesn't seem too crazy. Bro, I'm not trading properly since you started the fishing. Nah, man. There's a real. I actually, Virgil, this is what I should be talking about. I should not be really getting too focused on trading because as of now, it's looking like it is kind of choppy. So now would be the time to talk about fishing because I'm not really seeing anything from me, per se. Because I don't. Yeah, I'll throw that out there because this could be a potential breakout trade for people. I'm assuming some people are probably looking at that as a breakout. I don't know if I really trust that, but yes, now would be the time. Sometimes the best thing you can do in trading is to not focus on trading and talk about or think about something else because you don't want to get yourself chopped to pieces. Oh, there it went. But yeah, to buy the breakout or not to buy the breakout. As of now, I'm erring on not buying the breakout, but we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Trading, things are always subject to change, right? Because the chart is always changing. Smaller the pond, the deeper as the rule to support fish, but then you get into the sides sloughing unless you do a liner. Yeah, there's quite a bit of clay here in Iowa where we're at, so I don't think we'd have to do a liner. I think we just naturally hit clay. But yeah, I got some people that I could talk to around here. So if I do believe that this is a sideways channel, which I'm starting to believe we might just be channeling, then I could see it being down here. In the spirit of just play the channel, that's what I'm going to do. Just trade the range, Clay. Okay, well, I think this might be the bottom of the range, so I'm going to try along at the green line. Well, that's, I think, the move I wanted there. It got kind of sort of close, and now snapping back up. Yeah, I don't like that now. Check with the state AG department. They have rules and regulations to follow. Oh, really? Appreciate it, Charles. Yeah, no, not needing to put in a liner. Yeah. Yeah, now I don't really like a long down here because we had the bounce up. And now to be getting long after this failed green candle makes me a little nervous. Hey, Cranky Bits. I recognize that name. Good to see you. It's weird. You could not see a name for a while and like kind of forget about, and then as soon as you see it, you're like, hey, I've seen that name before. I think I'm gonna crack a beer and hang. All right, John, have a good one, brother. Thanks for the input on the ponds. Oh, all right. Hey, even better. He's gonna crack open a cold one and just shoot the breeze. That's what it's all about. So where do you live again? Oh wait, I can't remember. Wait, I can never remember, John. There's some sort of, you live in northern Michigan right now, or do you live in Northwest Ohio, or are you from Northwest Ohio and now you live in northern Michigan? But I know we have some sort of connection. Like our histories have crossed paths in the sense of where we've lived. You live in northern Michigan now, but you're from Northwest Ohio then, or you used to work down there at least. Yeah, we're just chopping around right now. So maybe this is finally the chop that has shown up. Grew up in Southeast Michigan. Was. Oh, okay. So Southeast, yeah. So you were on the Toledo news circuit then, because that's right. Toledo, Ohio, like their news did also include Southeast Michigan there. So So yeah, I always remember you'd hear about like like in sports, Blissfield, Whitehall, Adrian. Yeah, was it Channel 11, Channel 30, 36 was Fox, wasn't it? I think Channel 36 was Fox. But yeah. Where in northern Michigan are you at now? I was unsaid but played against. Yeah, I remember. I remember a baseball tournament we played against Blissfield once. Okay. Yeah. So, dang, too bad we didn't know each other earlier. We could have totally hung out. Let me see the map. Why are you looking at a map right now? We are literally chopping. This is. I'm actually, believe it or not, I am setting a good example right now. There's nothing for me. There's nothing here to trade. When there's nothing to trade, just distract yourself or do something. So this is actually, it may seem like I'm going way off topic, but this is actually a good thing. Oh, you're actually further. Oh, okay. Oh yeah, never mind. Never mind. Oh yeah, okay, never mind. Yeah, I was gonna say because I used to have a cow. Okay. Oh, wow. You are really far over there. Okay, that is northern Michigan, but you are in like far, far east northern Michigan. Okay, never mind. Yeah. For some reason, I thought, oh man, we could have. But yeah, you that was far away. Did we just become best friends? Hello. Shritish. I'm sorry, I mispronounced your name. Hey Clay, do you have a free trial? I don't because at the end of the day, Storm, and fair question. It's $99 every 3 months, which breaks down to $8.25 per week. So I just made the decision to run a trial where you have any Tom, Dick, or Harry show up for like a week. That would be way more hassle than just saying. I mean, so I don't. To answer your question, no, because really at the end of the day, it's dirt cheap. Like 99 bucks a month. I'll confess that adds up pretty quickly. 99 bucks every month for a community, so I can see a free trial there. But for me, it's like the risk is this. The risk is let's just assume it's absolute garbage, and you think it's garbage. It's like okay, you risked $8.25 per week. Do I live trade? No, because I don't need to live trade. Again, this is an environment. Let me put it this way: if your thought is I want to show up so I can just blindly follow you, that's not how trading works. It's certainly not the right community for you. But I assure you, no community is the right community for you because that's not how trading works. You've got to be an independent thinker. So on that note, 99 a month is insane. No, that's actually more commonplace than not. Some are way more than 99. But so like here's an example. So like if you can understand pictures, then you'll do just fine in the community. What do I mean by that? So like here's an example of an alert from today. Right? NQ area for a short. Like I would assume that everybody can connect the dots. Now, does that mean that you would go in short there? Well, I don't know because again, independent thinker. But like, do I need to like literally live stream in order to convey these messages? I don't think so. I think most people can understand annotations. But again, to both who asked Storming and Kyle, again, I'm not saying this was your plan. All I'm saying is if your plan is, well, I want a room where I can just blindly follow somebody, no room is the right room for you because that is not how trading works. Despite what some people may lead you to believe, I really wish trading were as easy as just blindly following somebody else. At the end of the day, you got to be an independent thinker. And, you know, yes, traders can work together to point things out like I just showed you in that image, but ultimately you're going to have to determine, okay, do I agree with that trade? Maybe not. Maybe I could take that, but then put my own little twist on it. Okay, so Santo, are you a spammer or what's going on here? What is HEI? Is this guy, what, I don't, is he spamming some coin here? Okay, again, please do not mention other people in the room, Justin. Not because all other people are terrible. I just don't know the vast majority of other people. So I don't want to risk this potentially funneling somebody to a clown. Because yes, believe it or not, clowns are on the internet. That does not mean that everybody other than me is a clown. I'm just saying I don't know the majority of people. So if you don't mind not bringing others up, that'd be appreciated. Does that make sense, Stormin and Kyle? Perfect, perfect. Thank you for also keeping the cloud. Yeah, no, and that's another thing with the again Stormin and then the other guy Kyle. I'm not saying you guys are clowns or anything like that. I'm just saying it is crazy how good of a buffer of a filter $8.25 per week is. Again, that's what it breaks down at $99 over 3 weeks, $8.25 per week. It's crazy. It's not perfect, but it's pretty close to perfect. Of how even that little filter, that little payment requirement keeps keeps the absolute dents out. Do you stream every day? Yeah, Monday through Friday. I start at 11. Well, I'm here a little early, but latest I'll be here Monday through Friday is 11 a.m. Eastern. Okay, post. I don't know if you're now trolling or if you're one of these people that is just like anti anybody that charges anything, but you're not listening to what I said. I said $99 per 3 months. So there are 12 weeks in 12 months. So what's 99 divided by 12? So no, I did not mean 25 a week. Yeah, there you go. Apology accepted. That's a much better price. Well, but the fact that you think $99 a month is insane anyways, it's like, I don't know. That seems more commonplace than what my pricing is. I mean, I've seen some that are $200 a month. Hey, Yosef. Quite the move. All right, so here's what I was looking for. This is now we're getting some direction here. All right, cheers, post. Well, I mean, at the end of the day, $99 a month. Like, I'm quite confident that people can get $99 of value every month out of my room. But like, at the end of the day, the price. Don't get me wrong. It does cost money. There is overhead expenses. Blah blah blah. But in many senses, the price is just there. And in many ways, just to keep the group solid. We've had a couple people, though, that have paid, showed up, cussed me out, and then left, which is kind of a baller move. Like, I'm like, oh, great, am I about to get a charge back? Like, that's going to be super annoying. I mean, I would win those cases anyways, but it's still kind of a hassle. But no charge back, nothing. Pay the $99, showed up, cussed me out. No, this has not happened for a long time. And then they're gone. And they never come back. I'm like, okay, that seems like kind of a waste of money, but that's kind of baller too. To be fair, I don't know if the people could afford to do that, but either way, it's like, okay. Yeah, post, but what happens if the room could yield you $1,000 every month? Would you pay $100 per month if you could get $1,000 every month because of that group? Is $100 per month crazy in that situation? Again, I realize I'm in the world of hypotheticals, but well, okay, let me put it this way. Here, I'll take the logic to an even bigger extreme. Let's say it's $90 a month to hang out with Warren Buffett. Again, hypothetical, so it is Warren Buffett. It's not somebody pretending. It is Warren Buffett. Would you do $100 for that? Or I don't know, Elon Musk, or I don't know, Jeff Bezos, like a great business mind. $99 a month, it's them. You get to hang out with them in Discord. You get to ask them questions, interact with them. Would you pay $100? Is that worth $100 a month? No, I need signals. Hey, you know what? Very stupid. I'm glad you're happy. I'm glad you're happy. Because I would assume being very stupid can be depressing at times, so I'm glad you are currently happy. Again, post. Is there a reason why you're not answering my question? Again, you said, nah, 99 is crazy still. Now, to be fair, you said, in my opinion, for any Discord group, it's your claim, not mine. Your claim is for any Discord group, $99 is crazy. That's why I asked you, well, let's say this $99 is to hang out with Warren Buffett or Jeff, for somebody. Would you do that? It's your claim, not mine. You're the one that said any Discord group. Now, had you said some, fair enough. You said any. Okay, there you go. Well, thank you for the clarity. With that clarification, yeah. So you are one of these. Are you one of these guys where if a doctor, let me throw a scenario. I think you might be one of these people. Let's say a doctor, let's just say a brain surgeon. He studied wealthy people and he realizes that wealthy people build multiple streams of income. So this doctor or this brain surgeon is like, I want to start a lawn care business. Get another side hustle going. So I can mimic wealthy people and have multiple streams of income. And then the surgeon knocks on your door and is like, hey, would you like to become a client of mine? I'll charge you $100 for your lawn. Are you the guy that would be like, wait a second, you already make a bunch of money as a brain surgeon. Get out there and mow my lawn for free. Would that be your answer to that guy? You already make plenty of money. Why do you have to charge to mow my lawn? Go do it for free. Would that be you? Would that be your answer to that guy? I don't know. I'm getting the impression you might be like, using the line of logic, if you're so good at something, why would you charge for something else? That's not you? You're not using that logic? So people that sell courses, how do you feel about people that sell courses? Why do you got to sell a course? Is that your thing? Man, that trend line is ultimately holding pretty good here. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Again, that's hence the questions. I was seeking clarity. I was getting vibes that maybe you were that, but my vibes were apparently wrong. So I appreciate the clarity. And I got it because you're like, oh my bad. Any Discord group that offers trading and education and all that jazz. So you're saying that type of group, none of them are worth $100 a month, which I still think I would disagree with. Paying $1,200 per year to learn a skill that can make you way more than $1,200 a year. I mean, I don't know. That seems like it's a good deal. No, that's not all you said. Do you not realize that what you type stays in the chat? Are you unaware of how, again, I guess honest question here. Have you never been in one of these live chats before? Like what you type stays there. So when you said all I said was this, it's very easy for me to look back up and refute that claim. Like this is not Snapchat where your comments just disappear. Like, are you aware this is not Snapchat? Maybe you think you're on Snapchat right now. Because I can promise you, that's not all you said. Okay, never mind. Anyone that is more interested can go back and we have a reframing of the conversation. Anyways, I'll just put it this way. I disagree. And then, by the way, I don't sell a chat for $100 a month, but I can, the math in my mind, I can see the math making sense. We're paying $99 for education and all that jazz could actually make sense. That's all I'm saying. Which, per your point, you would say, no, that's not worth it. Okay, Virgil, here I'm gonna give you some vibes. Okay, I'm gonna send you on a vacation vibes. Once again, you dent. Learn to think for yourself. We're gonna put him on. We're gonna send him to the VIP room for a little bit. Virgil is so dented, he doesn't realize that I'm actually setting a good example right now. There's nothing to do right now. There's nothing to trade, Virgil. You seem to think that every second of a trader's day should be like, okay, we got a candle going up. Okay, coming back down. Okay. There are moments, Virgil, where the best thing to do is like actually not even pay attention. Actually, here we go. Somebody provide some cover fire. Have you ever have you ever taken a trade or trades where you're like, what was I doing? Like, I would have been way better off talking about some random topic, which would have taken my attention away from the market because there was nothing in the market to see. Give me a one. Has anybody ever been there before? Where quite literally talking about something different was truly the best thing to do because that different thing would have distracted you from the market and kept you from getting chopped up. Give me a one. Has anybody ever done that? So see, Virgil, you constantly complaining about me talking trading is like I'm ironically enough setting a good example for you. You're complaining against the good lesson is ultimately what you're doing. Ooh, thank you. I mean, so Jay Keith literally just admitted it. He's like, I just did it and it cost him $700. So Jay Keith, sorry to hear that, but thank you, brother, for the transparency and the learning lesson. Bro said yes today at 107. Exactly, Wobbs. Yeah. I mean, $100 for one day. I think most of us here would pay $100 for 5 minutes. Exactly, Krista. Today's an L day for me. Well, hey, you know what? Good job, well, I guess I don't know if you've done this for sure, but definitely good job if you kept the L day an L day and not a bigger L day. Yes, Evan, there are two things. I offer private community. I also offer a mentorship. The mentorship does include a lifetime membership to the private community. But I also realize that some of you here, you don't need the mentorship. You already know how to trade. You might be just looking for a group of people to hang out with. So for those people, they can just do the membership individually. So yes, they're different, but they're also one and the same. Because again, if you do the membership, then part of the membership includes, outside of the classes and the webinars, blah, blah, blah. You also get a lifetime membership to, the private community. But some of you here, because you already know how to trade, you just join the private community. Because you're like, no, Clay, I'm good. I got my strategy, blah, blah, blah. I don't need mentorship. Fair enough. That's why I wanted to parse those two out. Does that make sense, Evan? Sultry voice. That's right. That's right. Did you guys see the clip going around Twitter about the, like, I guess somebody won a competition, so they got to announce a baseball game for like an inning, and the guy was like a pro. Did anybody see that clip going around? He had like the perfect radio voice and everything. Hey, Don's back. You can't teach it. I mean, I guess that depends on how you define it. So I don't know. I already know. Yeah, I don't know if I already know how to trade or not. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Neither. I don't know that either, Evan. I cannot say. See, Don, what you're presupposing, what you're falsely assuming is that like my mentorship is, hey, let me teach you my strategy. Let me teach you my system. And then you seem to think that I have like first do this and then do that. And like I don't do that. Now I make myself very like my sales pitch is a hard one to get people to buy because most people want the diet pill. Hey, if I sign up for your class, you're going to teach me your strategy. Where I just like in their mind like a checklist. This. And no, I will teach you the tools. I will teach you the framework. I will teach you, the parameters. However, at the end of the day, blood, sweat, and tears on your part because we're all different. Our personal risk tolerances are different. And because of that fact, you're going to have to go in there and try to figure out how the pieces fit together. I can teach the pieces. I can teach how the pieces work, how they should be used, but how you ultimately use them, that's up to you. So yes, anybody that joins my mentorship, it's not a magic pill, but you will have the right perspective. You will have the right framework to go about things, but you still have work to do. And most people are like, well, I don't want that. So I got to pay you money. And then after I pay you money, I still have more work to do. You do. Yes. But that is actually how this works. But to be fair to Don, I think he is presupposing that like I'm sitting here like the vast majority of other people like, hey, I'll teach you my strategy, which is false. Because just because my strategy works for me doesn't mean it'll work for you because you and I, there's different risk tolerances. So, and what AMS, what is your deal all of a sudden? Yesterday you showed up, you went to total awkward mode, hi, and then bye, and now you're like, what? So AMS, what's your going on? There are no solutions, only trade-offs. Sounds good, Evan. And again, for me, like I said, I'm in kind of a unique spot since I'm an old guy, and since I've been around since 2013. I've had a podcast for 10 years where I interview people, students, and yeah, the theme is Clay. Yeah, I joined your mentorship, good stuff, but man, I had to still get punched in the face. I had to still figure stuff out because I had to build something that worked for me, and that's how trading actually is. again, from a strictly business standpoint, like I'm well aware from a salesman standpoint that the easy sell is the diet pill approach, right? Hey, I have my strategy, aka the pill. Buy my class so you can learn my strategy, aka swallow the pill, and then there you go. Because here's my results. Yeah, AMS, what are you talking about? About what? Trading's BS? Don says trading's BS, and you're like, I agree. Is it my phone that's jacked up right now? So earlier, the Weather Channel app wasn't working, but now. All right, I'm going to have to try the reboot. Oh. Oh, so that's been your experience. Okay. So my experience is I've never dunked a basketball. So that means dunking basketballs is impossible. Because my experience never dunked a basketball, therefore dunking is impossible. Is that what you're saying? I've never been to Paris, France, therefore Paris, France doesn't exist. I mean, that's my experience. Never been to Paris, France. Paris, France, therefore must not exist. Never been there. That's my experience. I've never looked as good as Clay, therefore it's impossible to look like Clay. Yeah, well, that one's true. That one's true. That's true. Okay, well, I'm not sure why everybody is all shocked right now. Like, with all due respect, what conversation did we have a while ago? Like, we're kind of moving into that time of day where it tends to get what? And I use the word chop, 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 not cha cha cha, choppy. Okay, okay. Let's see if it's not working. What is going on with my phone? Hmm. Okay, there we go. Is it going to actually load? Okay, all right. That was weird. Okay, I think we're back in business. Okay. Just a minute. I gotta. There we go. Okay. Yeah, that was weird. The reboot. Somebody was asking about one of my favorite quotes. And I don't think he's going to watch it because I'm still not sure if he's actually. I struggle to read him. So Don, well, why this? Like, basically, you're asking this. What do I actually sell? Why does it make sense for what I sell? So there you go. Because Don, the chat is open 24 hours a day. And on top of that, some people are interested in kind of what I'm thinking, not because they're going to blindly follow, but they want to consider what I'm seeing during that during the New York Open. So that would be why. So you can network with other traders around the clock, and or if you're curious about what I'm seeing headed into the New York Open, you can get access to that. But as far as like What am I actually selling? There's a video. I don't think you'll watch it because I don't think you're actually serious. Like, I think you're just here annoyed. Because, again, last time you were here, you kind of did the same thing. And you just randomly showed up again. And once again, you're just, I don't know. You're a tough read, though. I do admit that. I don't know if you're being genuine. I don't know if you're trolling. I have no idea. So I do give you that. You are good at keeping at least me off balance. I'm not quite sure what to think of you. So maybe along down around here. But yes, but like, man, that was a fake out. Man, this, man, that. It's like, well, yeah, that's kind of the choppy nature that we're kind of moving into. I again, like I said, my guess is Don's the type of dude where, again, that doctor scenario. Doctor wants to build multiple streams of income. Doctor's like, okay, let's start a side hustle for a lawn care business. Doctor knocks on Don's door, and Don uses the logic. You're already a great brain surgeon. If you're such a great brain surgeon, if you're so good and you make so much money from your brain surgery, why do you got to charge me for your lawn service? Just get out there and mow my lawn for free. I think that might be how Don answers that door knock. I think, to be fair. I think there was a typo. I think there was a typo. So Post is actually making per your grammar. I don't think he's wrong. Doxo. And just like that, thinking, okay, maybe I'll try to cook something up down here. It heads right back up, right off of, in this situation, the 200 SMA. All right, let's see if we can figure out some. So I don't know, potentially a short up around here, or is this like the new top of the channel? I don't know. What do you think a surgeon will stream and talk to people while he's doing the surgery to make money from the stream? I don't know. Talk life, I mean, I think I'd be fascinated. Like, if I could hang out the brain surgeon and you spice it up, you're saying, like, while he does the surgery? I don't know. But I would love to have a sit down conversation with the brain surgeon. Talk about just the baller. Like not, he is not like us. Like cream of the crop. So yeah, I bet he could have a big large and he could, make it, he could monetize it with ads. So I don't know what do you suggest, what do you think a surgeon will stream and talk about? Anything. That depends on probably the type of surgery. But yeah, I would like, let me put it this way. If I knew I was having brain surgery, would I want the surgeon to be like, but I don't know. Okay, this is Hollywood, so maybe I've been Hollywoodized. But I mean, you see these surgeries lasting for like 8 hours. Is that 8 hours of like pure focus? Maybe it is. But like you see them and they're kind of like talking as they do it. But also, it's, yeah, Brent Carson, dude's a baller. I'm a brain surgeon. You can talk to me. What happened to the insurance thing? Dang, you hop around from thing to thing pretty quick. From I'm going to try insurance to now I guess you went to medical school pretty quickly. But regardless, I think some of you are, and I get it. You're just joking around with it. You're a little hyper fixated on the actual example and not the logic that a lot of people deploy, which really reveals them to be the more like entitled person. That's the great irony. The people that are trying to like virtue signal, if you're so good, why do you got to sell that? It's like, I don't think you actually understand how entitled your logic is twisted on you. Because very clearly, the wrong person in that story is the guy that's like, if you're such a good brain surgeon, if you make so much money from brain surgery, why do you have to charge me to mow my lawn? Go mow my lawn. Like, I think probably 9 out of 10 people would be like, yeah, the brain surgeon's in the right here. Like, why is that guy entitled to the brain surgeon's time all of a sudden? Again, translate, the point here I'm trying to convey is multiple streams of income. I'm not trying to get too bogged down. I'm not suggesting that a brain surgeon should start live streaming. That's taking my hypothetical and pushing it not necessarily where it was, you know. Because his time is worth more than the time he spends. Well, yeah, no, I think you missed the point. The point is the guy that's being offered the service says no. The guy offering the brain surgeon should go mow his lawn for free because the brain surgeon already makes enough money as a brain surgeon. So what does he need to sell another service for? Why does he got to sell another product? Why does he have to create another income stream? He already makes enough from this one income stream. Go out there and do this other thing for free for me. That's what I'm trying to convey. And that's what a lot of people do. If you're so good at X, why do you got to sell this? Well, as opposed to what? You just expect that person to do that other thing for free for you? Geez, that's kind of, you're kind of self-entitled to that person's time, don't you think? By the way, I'm not saying any of you fall into that mindset, but I've come across that. If you're so good at X, why do you have to sell Y? That's not a good look. That's not, you are, that person making that claim is actually the greedy, self-entitled one. Because they feel entitled to somebody else's time. Which, and given that greed is that time is the most valuable commodity we all have, to feel entitled to somebody else's most valuable commodity makes you kind of self-entitled and greedy. All right, careful, Dan. Don't make it worse, brother. Don't make it worse. I think yeah. I mean, I am more than, like I said, it's just at the core, that logic is very greedy and very self-entitled at the core. And that's a great irony, because these people are like saying it as if they're like virtue signaling or like making the other person look stupid. It's like, I don't think you have run your logic to its conclusion. Now you do have to accept my premise, and my premise is time is our most valuable commodity. I don't think that's controversial. I think most people agree, especially the older you get. Yes, time is by far the most valuable commodity out there. So if you can accept that premise, then yeah. MU bull flag on what time frame, Raymond? You are good and have a point. The best response, yeah. I mean, I don't know if it's the best response to it, but I think through things, and it's just like, I don't think you're saying what you actually want to say. AMS, didn't you tell me you're going to join the mentorship this month? And it's this month, and let me guess, you haven't joined, have you? Correct. There's no such thing as a free lunch. Yep. That is why that's like the first principle you learn about in like any micro econ class. I think the first chapter for anything is about opportunity cost. Now I got myself curious. Am I just making crazy claims? Let's see. All right, I'll do it together. That way I can't play any games. I don't want to like only show you if I'm right. Let's just see. Microeconomics, chapter 1. Okay, maybe I'm wrong. I guess I don't know. What are the 10 principles of economics? Oh, do we have the whole book here? What is the first please tell me the first principle is there's no such thing as a free lunch. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Did I just free up? Hello? Oh, okay. Well, you're going to be one of these things, huh? Okay, show me principle number 1. Let's make it happen. Let's talk opportunity cost. Please, please. No! Where's opportunity cost? There. Oh, I was off by 1. I was off by 1. Principle 2. There is opportunity cost right there. Doggone it. I'm a scumbag. But there's my favorite quote. Have you guys not heard me say this before? From Thomas Sowell. There are no solutions. There are only trade-offs. That's, again, this is the baseline of economics. By the way, economics, I got a minor in economics. Just because why I'm fascinated by it. It's so like I had to take a microeconomic class in college, knew nothing about it. I'm like, dude, this stuff is fantastic. But you can explain anything in life with economics, specifically like supply and demand, right? But yeah, like anything, you want to learn how to shoot a free throw? Well, let's talk law of diminishing return, right? The more you practice shooting a free throw, like the first time you ever shoot a free throw, totally awkward, right? But the law of diminishing return, meaning the awkwardness will get less and less the more you do it. Same is true for eating a donuts, right? Law of diminishing return. You have that dozen donuts of Krispy Kreme, that first bite, oh man, magnificent. Donut number 12, that bite, law of diminishing return, not so good. Not nearly as good as the first one. I'm telling you, study economics. And I just found you a textbook for free, apparently. Literally for free, the PDF. All I typed was microeconomics textbook table of contents PDF, and I got a free economics book. So you do not need to go, whoa, hey, shut up. What's this? Okay, we got to lock back in. What's oil doing? Nothing. Okay, so I'm assuming this is not Iran news. What's ES doing? Okay, ES got crazy too. Gold do anything? Gold, nothing. Gold, oil doing nothing. ES. So what kind of news could this be? Wow. No, I said if I ever get a payout, I will join. No, AMS, that's the dumbest logic I've ever heard. That's the equivalent of you saying, hey, I want to become a brain surgeon. After I do some brain surgeries, I'll use the money that people pay me to go to med school to become a brain surgeon. Goodness. Do people even think through what they're saying? If you can consistently get payouts, you don't need to join the mentorship. The whole point of the mentorship is to get you to payouts. That logic is so backwards. It is completely the same. Holy smokes, AMS. I think you're just here to troll, actually. I don't think you're actually serious. Again, how you think that you're going to get a payout blows my mind. Like, I get it on social media. There are payouts everywhere. But, like, that's social media. And it's... But you know what? Go ahead. You ain't going to listen anyways. You're not going to listen anyways. Tariffs? Okay. I guess that checks out. Because, like I said, oil did not budge at all. So the assumption being, if oil was going crazy and the markets are going crazy, okay, that's probably Iran stuff. But oil and gold did nothing. Now, what's weird is gold. If you're to tell me that there was going to be tariff news, I would have probably said, okay, so gold's going to get a little crazy too. U.S. considers deploying collection of planned poly-sign tariffs. People. Yeah, the tariff thing does make sense. Jeff Bezos at 11:14. I don't know. Maybe would that be enough? I don't know. But when you say 11:14, I'm assuming you're talking in what, Pacific time? Because if you mean Eastern time, then yeah, that had nothing to do with it because that was like 3 hours ago. No, close, Maddie. It's not a double ferry. It was a quadruple ferry. In a pink dress. See, so what was the guy? I put him in vacation. Maybe he'll never be back in because he was so offended. What was his name? Virgil? So right there, Virgil, if you happen to still be here, there we go. Did you see how fast we got back on topic when something actually happened? So that's what I mean, Virgil. Just calm your little heart. And just like that, okay, I guess I was going to say back to where it started, but technically I guess it started right here. So we're slightly above. After all this, we're slightly above where the news came out. No, never heart over loins. No, nope. Always listen to your loins. Yeah, I mean, he might have been selling for a while, but I think the news is just like it's telling you now what he has sold. Kind of like Buffett, right? Buffett's always doing stuff, and then it comes out, yeah, so Buffett cut his stake in Apple or whatever, and then it's like at that point it goes down. So like if there was one guy that truly can manipulate the market, I mean, when you think about it, like that's totally Warren Buffett. That dude could be like, all right, let's reduce your Apple position. And then when we know we're going to announce that we cut our Apple position, that's going to bring down the market. So let's get short right before we, I mean, like that's one guy. We're like Warren Buffett, like that dude, like he can, if there is one thing that I'm open to the fact that can kind of totally like, and I don't even think he does do it, but like, man. Hey, buddy. Jet? Yeah, what are you doing? What are you doing? Hey, buddy. Hey, you want to say hi real quick? You want to say hi?
And up or down?
Up or down? Right now it's going up.
Oh.
Look, you're right there. See yourself?
So,
Yeah. Can you say Doxol?
sure.
Say it a little bit louder. Doxol.
Sure.
All right. Okay, see you later. Say bye to everybody.
Bye bye.
Okay, close the door on your way out. I'm a little disappointed. Usually he gets a little bit more, little bit more into it. Yeah, Matt, man, yeah, that doesn't seem to. Yeah, I don't know. It must just be that tariff stuff. Because I made over. Do you have any of that 90K left, Harple? Or did you give it all back to the market? Yeah, man. And somebody, we're talking about, there was something about tariffs. I did not confirm anything. So, gave it all back. Yeah, tends to happen. I appreciate the honesty. Few chip names went wild. Okay. I suppose that makes even more sense because I saw like I would have thought tariffs would affect gold somehow. But yeah, if it was just strictly chips, I can see how gold would not care about a couple chip stocks going nuts. Yes. They're the AMS, they're the same thing. The mentorship includes all the courses. It includes lifetime membership to the chat community. It includes the webinar archive and the live webinars, and includes a case. There's a ton of stuff. Yeah, I saw 217. The U.S. considers collection of planned tariffs. So that okay, that's probably it. Those polysilicon. So that's probably the thing that affected those stocks and those couple stocks that fluctuated. So that must be it, because the tariffs was connected very specifically to those types of things, which affected those types of stocks, which therefore affected the markets. That's what I'm sticking to. Yeah, my back is not the greatest. I used to do a standing desk, but then when we moved to Iowa and are in our temporary house right now, and in this temporary glorified closet, didn't really have room for a standing desk. The people that bought our house in Michigan requested, which was I was happy about because I didn't really feel like moving it at all, requested the desk stay behind. So yeah, but once we get to the new office, hopefully sometime around Thanksgiving, I'll be standing up. The background will be different. It won't look like I'm in a van down by the river. But just got to work with what we have right now. But yeah, I will say this: once I got my doing the standing desk, that did help out. But yeah, my back it's yeah not ideal. So let me put it this way: if you have the room or the choice to do a standing desk, I certainly think it's worth it to at least try it, because we're What happened to him? Is he okay? You all right, Jet?
I am just a student.
Oh, okay. Where'd you get that dolphin from?
From the first store.
Oh, nice. How much was it?
Just $1.
Oh, $1. That's a good deal. Cool.
Mama did trip and I thought we couldn't buy it, but we did buy it.
Oh yeah, $1. That's a good deal. Yeah. Huh?
We're going to go fishing.
We're going fishing at 5:45.
Okay.
Okay. All right. See you later. Sorry. Heard kid crying. Want to make sure kid was okay. Kid was okay. Just another day of working from home. We're at in Iowa. We're about 40 or about 50 minutes south of Des Moines. So Des Moines area, I'll put it that way. I have the room that yeah, so the thing with the standing desk is, let's just assume worst case, you get it, you don't like it. Well, I mean, I guess I don't know this for sure. But get an okay, let me put it this way. Get an adjustable desk. Because I'll sometimes it just feels good to sit down. So when I had my standing desk, I was always at 4 o'clock. I'd always lower it, and then I'd sit down for like the final hour-ish or whatever. So I'd get an adjustable one. And let's just assume worst case, you absolutely hate standing. It's the worst thing ever. Okay, well then just adjust it down to sitting position, and there you go. If it doesn't look like you are well, I can't wait. I mean, my new office, I'm gonna have windows like right here, so we're gonna have natural light. which could be a problem. I don't know. From a live streaming standpoint, maybe. I don't know. I'm not a lighting expert. So maybe I'm about to regret, but I figure, you know what, if you guys have put up with the background that we have right now of like being in a dungeon, I think if the lighting up front's not like perfect, I think you guys seem like a relatively forgiving group. Yeah, I agree. This chop right here has been choppy, but this was nothing like last yesterday's action. That was pretty rough. I mean, that hour and a half of chop was. Whew. Yeah, I will. I cannot. Hopefully, I'll be coming out of the closet around Thanksgiving because yeah, we have over my shoulder here, right? Nope, wrong way. This camera's there. We go, right there. That's just the vent. But like other than that, there's nothing. I'm in a glorified closet. So I look forward to coming out of the closet, hopefully this Thanksgiving. You like trading Harry Potter? I don't know. Is that a typo or is Harry Potter like a strategy I've never heard of? So I'm gonna need a little clarity there, Shawnee Travels. Are you in? Maybe you're like Harry Potter stayed in a closet. Oh, God, yes. I realize some of you are gonna freak out, but I've never seen the Harry Potter movies, so I did not get the reference. Coming out of that. Correct. I am right now. My office, Jorge, is in a closet. I'm in a glorified closet. So when I move to my new office at the house we're currently building, I will be coming out of the closet to go into my new office. And I hope to have the new house done, therefore the new office done by Thanksgiving. So Thanksgiving, I will be coming out of the closet. Hopefully. All right, Shawnee. Yeah. I mean, in this day and age of crazy strategies, for all I knew, like you were literally asking me, do I like trading like Harry Potter? As if that's yeah, I don't know. Didn't sound right at the beginning. Jorge, I know it. I know what it sounds like. I know. I get it. I get. I'm phrasing things to try. Let me put it this way. I could phrase things a little bit more clear, but then that wouldn't make it kind of funny. So yes, it didn't sound right at the beginning because it's not supposed to sound right. It's supposed to sound a little off, you know? Oh, it was clear. Again, I don't know if that's actually smart for me to do. Like, as a like a like the algorithm spits somebody like, okay, let's show this person Clay Trader's algorithm, or I mean Clay Trader's live stream, and then that person clicks on it and they have zero context, and I'm talking about, yeah, hopefully I'm coming out of the closet and think like it's like I don't know, should I really do those jokes or else people are gonna get it's risky. It's risky when I do some of these jokes because, for all I know, somebody, like I said, literally just logged on, never been here before, has no context about sense of humor or kind of how we roll around here. And they're like, what is going on? I'm out. And I burned the bridge to somebody that, who knows, might have been a good fit. I don't know. So those sorts of jokes in the category of like business building, trying to build up the live stream, is that actually smart of me to do? I don't know. But in the categories of fun, it is fun. It is fun. It's funny. Yeah, I mean, that's true. I could grow in certain audiences. That is true. Start clip farming. Yeah, could. No, I'm not that worried about it. But from a business sense, I do understand there it may not be, if I were strictly talking like the business sense of trying to grow the live stream, I don't know if that's necessarily the good thing to do. But I guess the counterpoint would be, yeah, Clay, but if somebody new shows up, maybe that's the one thing that gives you an edge over another live stream. So like it's give and take. Growing the America audience. Do I want to buy this pullback here? I'll take a swing at it. If it wants to get down to VWAP right there, I'm going to take a swing at it from the long side. Hello? Is this thing moving or what? Hey, Legendary, are you literally just showing up? Yeah, okay. This thing is barely moving. Barely moving. I tried. And I'm going to just call it good. So before I head out, though, if you enjoy the stream, you want to help support it, this is totally viewer supported. The good news, though, is that when you support it, you also are saving yourself money. So any of these prop firms I recommend. I love Take Profit Trader. But if you are using any of these prop firms that you see on the screen and you want to save yourself some money, code Clay, case sensitive, so it's got to be all caps. But that will give you whatever the current promotions are. So any deals, sales, promotions that any of these prop firms are running, again, code Clay, all caps, will give you access, so you'll save money while at the same time helping to keep the stream not only ad-free, but just help keep the stream going. Because you guys were all, so everybody that has used code Clay, you are all playing a vital role in both those things, not only keeping the stream ad-free, but also just keeping it alive, and you know why I show up day in and day out. So, but I am going to go ahead and call it good, and yeah, I think maybe the last hour picks up pace, but I'm good. So on your way out, if you don't mind hitting that like button, that would be great. I'll be back tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern at the very latest. So if you're not yet a subscriber, make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications so that you can be made aware of when I do come back. Because usually, like I said, I show up early. So if you want to know exactly when I show back up, having notifications on will help in that regard. So I'm going fishing tonight. I'm looking forward to it. I'll have the fishing report tomorrow. Hopefully, maybe I'll have a big old like catfish right here. And, you know, I'll just be talking fishing the entire time. And then Virgil will get very upset, but that's okay. All right, everybody. Take care. Have a good one. Hit that like button, code Clay. Take care. See you back tomorrow.